Explaining to Tracy they will do this again, and that no one is going to be chased out. So you take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
All right, welcome back. This is part 2 tonight. Sorry guys, I know it might be frustrating that it had to be such a quick part 1 there, but as I say all the time, as a single father, certain things come first, so I had to take care of that. She's sleeping. I was able to put her to bed and get the babysitter home. So I am now live. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. I promise it'll be off as soon as the Bruins score in overtime. Because those of you who know me, you know what my full-time job is, what I do. I mean, that's how I am able to pay the rent. So, pay the bills. So, going to double overtime against Columbus Blue Jackets, for those of you out in Ohio. So, alright, Bruins are up 1-0 in the series. It's tied 2-2. Same thing as their last game, tied 2-2. Bruins scored in overtime. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't care about this, but the reason I'm kind of talking about it, I normally don't talk about, I'll tell you what my profession is, but I know I don't talk about sports there, but the only reason I'm mentioning it is because if there's anybody out there, well, first of all, if you live in the New England area, and also it does simulcast across the country on NBC Sports Boston, but if you know the Felger and Maz show at 98.5, the Sports Hub, that's where I interned, that's where I, kind of got my foot in the door. And ever since then, I've been working in the Boston media as far as sports go on the radio. And we were on TV as well, NBC Sports Boston, like I said. So if you're in the New England area, you can actually, if you know Matthew in Framingham, that's me. If you know sports, and you listen to sports radio, you know me. Or you watch sports radio TV, you know me. If you're in the New England area. Even beyond, because we do go national. You just need to have certain packages to get the channel. Anyways, the reason I bring all that up, I decided that, this is where, I already do sports for work. So this is where my heart and soul is. But I was thinking maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. It's not going to affect this channel, but I did start another channel. I did buy the rights to a website and made sure that I got all the certain emails and, like a Google email. I don't need a Proton email for that. Well, maybe I should make one just in case, let's say, there's some inside info that, I don't know. Maybe I will make one. But the name of it, the name of the channel, right now is no videos, but there will be a video as of tomorrow morning, like the first video. It's called Wise Guy, not Wise Guys, but Wise Guy Sports Betting and News. And that's the name of it. So if any of you guys are into sports, I am an expert, and not only that, but I have a 68% win or push percentage, and that is, we're talking about 1,300 bets that are documented on Twitter under my name that I go by around here on the radio, Matthew and Framingham. They're all documented. They're also documented on FanCred, for those of you who know what that is. So I just wanted to get that out there. Let's get back to the show. For now, I would like to give an opportunity for. I think I'm going to turn this down. I'm going to give an opportunity if West Virginia. I know you had just called because I put the wrong stream key in. So basically, it loaded the same thumbnail and information as the last video, which wouldn't be smart because then it wouldn't make sense. So this is part 2, and you know what? Actually, I'll call him because he had just called me, so I'm calling you, okay? And you know what? Actually, can I get a confirmation that I'm live? Oh wow, nobody's here. Is nobody getting my notifications? Or are you guys like mad at me because I stopped that stream early? I mean, I'm sorry. My daughter comes first. But as far as that sports thing, again, it's Wise Guy. I'm gonna pull it up right now since nobody's here. I am Ainsley. Yes, you're here and I'm here. It's just us right now. I don't understand. Normally there's 20 people in right now. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to think if I did anything. No, I didn't do anything. It should be popping up. I'm going to go to a different, on my phone, I'm going to go to a different, alright, people are starting to come in now. I was about to say, hey, nobody's, I've had 2 people here this whole time that I heard that news. So maybe I'll repeat it again a little bit. I'm going to go to a different channel and check it out real quick. So by the way, okay, so the name of the
Great. Another wireless. So many of them are full of this complicated, tricky language about the network and offers and blah, 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 blah. Look, Sprint's going to do things differently. Let you decide for yourself. They're offering a new 100% total satisfaction guarantee.
So I'm waiting for people to kind of filter in here.
See? Simple. Now Sprint's unlimited plan comes with one of the newest phones included for just $35 a month. So switch now.
Exactly. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Nice. But, what's up with your partner?
Oh! We just spend all day telling everyone how we customize car insurance because no 2 people are alike, so maybe he'll get a little confused when he sees another bird that looks exactly like him. Yeah. Don't figure it out. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. At Domino's, we love pizza as much as you do. That's why we're giving you Pizza the Power Rewards points for eating any pizza from anywhere.
Pizza from here?
Yep,
How about from here?
that's right.
Homemade pizza?
I guess.
Homemade pizza.
That's a little better.
Alright, yeah, so it's Wise Guys, sports betting, and news. The icon is like a picture of like 3 wise guys looking type of guys, and it says Wise Guy, sports betting, and news there as well. So that will be my sports channel that I'll do like once a week, maybe more. But like I said, that's what I do for a profession, so that'll be easy. This is where my heart and soul is. Okay, so I am going to check out. Wow, so when it's hard to find me. I almost at one point almost wanted to change the name of my channel to the red pill dispensary, maybe it would like pop up easier instead of like, because red pill news is already taken, but red pill news dispensary, it's tough for it to So let's see how many people we got going. There's 7 people in here. I got none of my mods. I'm confused right now. I'm definitely confused, and I think I might know why. Me and Marfoogle decided to go early out of nowhere. I don't know. Usually he's not on at this hour. No, he's not on, so I don't know where my mods are. Any of my mods in here?
So, overtime in game 1, double overtime in game 2. Certain guys, you worry about their minutes, other guys can just eat it up. If that's the case, who's one guy who you're just not...
I just don't want to waste West Virginia's time. I want there to be an audience. Although, of course, there'll be a large audience that ends up watching this afterwards, So, and I appreciate everyone that's here. We're just waiting for it to fill up. So we have I am Ainsley. I'm here. KC, you're good. I am Ainsley. I hear you. Suzanne Watch here. The Rebel Shepherd. I see Red Pill got his ears lowered. Yeah, I did. And guess what? I ended up getting it for free. I was so upset with the haircut. I told her. She said she knew how to do a certain haircut. That's why I'm kind of like. Usually I'm closer to the camera. There's a reason I'm further away. If you guys saw it up close, you would understand why I was like, really? Like, you said you knew how to do this. And then the manager came over. She tried to fix it, only made it worse. And before, I didn't say, I'm not paying for this. She said, you don't have to pay for the haircut. I'm like, all right. And then as I'm walking out, I started feeling bad for the girl. And I'm like, you know what? She did my beard, so I'll pay for the beard trim. And she's like, all right, then that'll be... And the girl's still having an attitude. I'm like, listen, it's okay. And she's like, whatever. And I said, you know what? Actually, no. I'll take you on that offer. I won't pay for the beard trim either. And I was like, lose your attitude and learn how to cut hair. And you know what? I said, I'm sure you're a great hairdresser. And, I was like, all the real barbershops. I always go to Spanish barbershops. I mean, they just happen to be the best for what I like. And, I like the straight edge razor, like the hot top, you don't find too many of those old school spots anymore that do that. So there's a lot of, like Dominican and Puerto Rican spots do it very good, nice. At least in the area I live. And so, in Boston. And so, then she's like, as an attitude, I'm like, listen, a little advice. If you don't know how to do the haircut, don't say you do. She's like, I do the haircut all the time. I was like, yeah, you do the haircut for like 10-year-olds, because now it's like in. I've been doing it for 6 years before anyone did it. I was like, there's a certain way I do it, and you said that you understood, and I said, don't pretend you can do it if you can't, because in the end, this is what happens. So I didn't feel bad after I saw, she was fake the whole time. Oh, yeah, pretending to be interested. And, I told her about the YouTube channel. And then by the end, when she totally screws up my hair, seriously, I'm going to have to wear a hat everywhere I go. I feel comfortable right now with that one because I'm far enough away from the screen where you can't really see, like, what she did. So let's see, how does it look now? All right. They're starting to roll in. All right. Here we go. Well, I had no choice, Khaleesi. I always go to either one of two places. One of them, it's expensive, but I love it. I learned it, I found out about it when I was when I first started radio and TV is with sports. And that's actually where all of the Boston Celtics go to get their hair. Done. Because you know the basketball players, their hair every night has to be perfect. So they literally go like once a week, sometimes twice a week. I heard that Terry Rozier goes every other day. The name of it's Titletown. It's right outside of Boston, and it's actually towards the pot where I am. So I go there, end up getting a $50 haircut. I was only doing that because, you want to rub elbows with certain people. What you're paying for really is the experience. And in my position, being a radio personality, as well as being on TV, on radio, and a journalist in sports, it's actually worth the money because I'm paying not just for the haircut, but I know when they go, and I get some inside information a lot of times that way, and that's helped my career in the sports industry. And the reason I'm talking about that, once again, I have started a second YouTube channel, but that's just if you're into sports. Now, if you live in New England, please watch it. It's going to be a lot about Boston sports, but it's really just going to be, the whole idea is national sports. All sports, okay? Not any particular sport, all sports. Whatever the sport of the season is at the time. And the name of the channel is, because it's not just talking about sports news, a lot of it is about sports gambling. But you'll get a lot of sports news. If you don't like to gamble, that's fine. You're going to get a lot of great news. It's called not Wise Guys, like plural. It's Wise Guy, Sports Betting and News. So the first video will be put out tomorrow. Anyways, despite all that, this is my passion. This is where I put all my energy, outside of work. But, that channel I might do once a week, maybe twice a week. Right now the Bruins are on. They're tied 2-2, just like in Game 1. They ended up winning Game 1 in overtime. Now they're in overtime again, except it's the second overtime. And I'm telling you, the Bruins have had so many chances. And literally, the goalie for Columbus Blue Jackets is literally like standing on his head making goals. Making saves. It's unbelievable. But let's get back into the show. So, West Virginia, I'm going to give you a chance to call, or I'll call you. I don't know if you're in chat right now. Yeah, exactly, Olga. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do. You do, you try, because they all have huge egos. And you massage their ego, and before you know it, like, if there's something that they want to put out, but they don't want their name behind it, you're the guy they're going to call. That's happened with me a few times. Have you guys ever heard about Hanley Ramirez on the Red Sox? His cousin getting caught with fentanyl, and then he FaceTimes Hanley Ramirez with a Massachusetts state cop, and he's telling the Massachusetts state cop, this isn't he can't speak English, that's the thing. He goes, it's his, Hanley Ramirez, Red Sox, baseball. And he pretended he couldn't speak English. Turns out he could. And Hanley Ramirez ended up involved. Well, I ended up breaking that story. Thanks to, I was an intern, and I was answering the phones, and I got the story, and I took it upon myself to investigate, and that's when I presented it to them. And they said, you know what, you did all that work, you can break it. And they hit the breaking news announcer, and from behind where the producer usually is, they let me get on the mic and break the story, and then they took it from there, and it went national. International, really, because he's an international player. in baseball, especially South America and the Caribbean, Japan, those types of players. They love their baseball. So, all right. Oh, I got West Virginia. All right, great. Hello. All right. Hey, by the way, you're subscribed, right? Yeah. Oh, why? I'm surprised. It unsubscribed you? Wow, guys. Anyone watching this? So if you haven't seen a video from me in a while, you should be seeing videos. So, actually, right now, West Virginia, who is the caller in part one, he's actually been unsubscribed. So, make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that the bell is clicked. Otherwise you're not gonna get the content. And then all of a sudden you look me up and you see that I've been doing videos nonstop. So, is this something that you want to ask me right now, like off speakerphone? All right, go ahead.
Offensive zone penalties are not often very good. This one is not, as Bergeron tries to get a little pressure.
Yeah.
And trips up Seth Jones, an easy call for the official. And again, the Columbus Blue Jackets get a chance to do some damage, finish this thing off. But overtime power play.
Now I did make one mistake. I put up a video that shouldn't have. There was one mistake that was me though. I want to make sure that wasn't it. When there was like a video that was like 5 seconds, that was me. I put the wrong string key in, and it went.
Polino comes in. Achari opposite him. One by the Blue Jackets. Atkinson helps it back to Jones.
Huh. Oh, that's why you're calling. So you're not calling because you. I just said on the stream. I said, "Hey, West Virginia, go ahead and call." That's international. Do you mind telling that to the audience? Because this is something that I think is important for people to understand. All right, the Bruins lost. I'm shutting off the TV. Do you watch sports? Oh, because I just started.
Power off.
I work in the industry, so I figure, once a week I'll do a video with a recap of the week in sports. Oh yeah, no, yeah, I played many sports. I played baseball, basketball, and football. I always wanted to play hockey, but the thing is, basketball was like the sport where I was most naturally gifted. My father also played basketball. He was a captain at Bentley. He was a captain at Air Force. Then he got his knee busted in the Philippines. But anyway, so then. So I played all those sports. I also did boxing at some of a boxing club, and then I joined the military. And I actually had a scholarship for basketball to Northeastern, and that's Division I. I mean, that's big time. But like I said, 9/11 happened my senior year, so I can't wait to give my testimony video. Now, do you mind telling the audience what you just told me? All right, hold on. All right, guys, listen to this. All right, now, this is why I'm saying to check your, make sure that you're still subscribed. Anybody who is like all of a sudden watching this video and you haven't been getting notifications, make sure you subscribe, make sure the bell's clicked. And not just that, listen to this. All right, West Virginia, go ahead.
All right, well, it kind of sort of feels like the forces are against me tonight because I keep trying to get this video to upload onto my tablet. It won't do it. It won't do it. Like, I've been unsubscribed from it. And just before I called in, I thought maybe Red Pill was calling me. because that could happen too.
At the time when you called, I thought you were calling because I was just right before you called. I was like, all right, West Virginia, go ahead, you can call.
I got this weird phone number. The phone number is 524-622-367-220. It's
Let me look that up.
And it called me twice.
All right, I am going to look that number up. Did you answer?
Yeah, I answered both times and no one was there. Like, I could hear some noise in the background, but I couldn't, no one was talking to me.
So they just kind of, wow, that is weird. So what is the number?
524-622-367-220.
I got to 524-622-3.
67220. Yeah, it was weird. They just called me twice in a row. And the first time I answered, I heard some noises. Then they hung up, and then they called back. It might have been 20 seconds later. It rang again, and it was the same damn number. And I've never seen that number in my life.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so this isn't the best way to look at. Well, that's an international. Let's see when you get this.
I just thought that was really weird, I've never had that happen before.
Yeah, that is weird.
The only one that ever calls me is my in-laws when they need something, or,
Yeah.
Sister-in-law, she needs her car fixed. I'm going over there tomorrow.
See, some of these, I know, right? When they need something, or with me, people know when I get paid, and that's when all of a sudden everyone's calling. And all right, so see, this is some of these they're not even I don't even think they have options for. All right, this one might.
Are you trying to find the number?
Yes. Some of them don't even have options for anything over, the regular amount of numbers. So
yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, that really baffles me, that's for sure.
I don't think this is a good one either.
I'll tell you what, though,
there's so many BS
we were
reverse.
talking about a touchy subject earlier. I mean, the whole coal mine thing, that's billions of dollars,
Oh, yeah. And the thing is, the Trump administration.
I know the turnover rate of the coal mine, you know what I mean? People work there for a week and they walk out the door because they can't hack it, you know what I mean? They're I've seen people on their first day get down there, look around and be like, I want to go home.
You know what's weird is when I put it in, it won't even say. Or a lot of these they only do 10 digit it's not international. You know what? Okay,
this is a weird number. I've never seen anything like that in my life. So
hold on. Let me put international. Let's see what I get. And they called twice, and then they were there. It wasn't some Indian saying he works for. By the way, hey, if someone calls you and he has an Indian accent, or anyone for that matter, and asks you for information and says that you owe the IRS money or Social Security, anything like that, it's fake. Okay, so if it was something like that, or what I mean, the type of things that I would think. So let's see. All right, let's see. Because some of these websites are just BS. They don't really, especially.
I worry about stuff like that because
I like to get to the truth. I want to know.
You you contacted this person. Why were you talking to this person, you know? And I don't even know this fucking number, you know?
Yeah, and the thing is, it won't let me look up the whole number, no matter what I do. Now, if anyone in chat can figure out how to look up that international number, I'm gonna put the number in chat right now. Let me see. So because you know what we're about here, we all know what we're about here. We're about getting to the truth, right? So we have a friend here who called into the show, and I think the problem is we were talking about. I mean, one, like, it's my channel as well because I had because of my clearance. You know, I know that I'm monitored. I've already had somebody face to face at my door tell me you need to stop. And but you in a night and kind of like you didn't threaten me at the beginning. You know, you just kind of like, listen, you know, what happened? He's like, you're doing all these live things. What happens if you slip? You know? And I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna slip. I know what's like classified and what's not. You know what I mean? But as far as like news, I'm gonna dissect news. I'm gonna search for truth. I have that right, whether I had a clearance or not. You know what I mean? I do have that right. Now, if I was active military, that's different. I'm not active. So just because I had a clearance in the past does not mean I can't do what I'm doing. However, you know, and people tell me like you shouldn't maybe mention the clearance. It doesn't matter. They already know. Trust me, they know everything about everybody. And especially if you're somebody who had a top secret clearance, they know. They know everything about you. And if you are doing a YouTube show, they know. If I was doing a YouTube show on, you know, bird watching, they would know. All right, because they would think, is he trying to send some cryptic message? You know, they would know. They trust me. They have. It's not just that they have like people listening. It's AI. It's algorithms. It's technology you would not believe. So I know that it's monitored in so many different ways. However, I also think that what we were talking about, although it seemed harmless and it seemed just like a very interesting story, you have to think, what is the Trump administration? One of his main things? It's to revitalize the coal mining industry. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I think that's a great thing. But when you start talking about the dangers of it, now that goes against their agenda, doesn't it? Even though a lot of us are for Trump, and on this channel, he gets a lot of good comments from me, from the audience. Other times he gets a lot of really bad ones. But, you know, as far as me, I like Trump. I like Trump a lot. Like I said, I'm an independent. I'm not a Republican. But I'm with Trump. So that's the number right there, guys. So if any of you guys want to check that out, if any of you guys know how to, like, you know, I tried 5 different websites, as you guys saw. So if any of you guys want to try that out, that would be helpful. Now, do you feel comfortable talking anymore? If you don't, I totally understand.
Oh, I don't mind.
Yeah, so you're like me. You're like me. Were you in the military? You come off as you were in the military. Like, I can like sniff out things. Some people they weren't in the military, but it's almost like they should have been. You know, I don't know.
I'm a patriot.
You are a patriot. You are, and that's maybe why. That's what it is. Whereas like the other night, a lot of people didn't catch it because it was one of the last calls of the show, or maybe like the last call of the show. And some guy called in and he's claiming to be military. I caught him right away. I mean, I knew right away he wasn't military just by talking for like 10 seconds. I knew. But you know what? You can't go by that. You got to go by, you know, you got to ask the right questions. So, very quickly, I asked him.
I can shoot 1,000 yards.
Oh yeah, with a sniper, or?
I built myself the 7.62 by 54, an old Mosin Nagant. I built one up pretty good.
You built it?
On it.
That's
Pretty
amazing. That's like the type of stuff the Navy SEALs do.
That's really,
You know that.
That's a good round. It's right up there with it's like ballistically, it's like a 30-06 and a 308. It's
That's
like a
amazing.
30-06 It's like a 30-06 and a 308 made a love child. That's
Oh
what
my
it is.
god! Hey, I'll tell you something. I love the 308.
It is.
I mean, I personally, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of have OCD, right? And like sometimes like it's coded, but like I always in my house, I make sure to always do things, if you know what I'm saying, 9 times. You know what I mean? But I would love, you know, sometimes like I don't know, I get this urge to like, you know, like I see 308s everywhere, and I don't know, even in my house maybe one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Living in Massachusetts, unfortunately, I have to talk like that. I don't know if you caught my gist.
What's that?
I don't know if you caught my gist, what I was saying, but it's Massachusetts, and you know, you would think a veteran, you know, for as many years as I was in, especially even afterwards, like with the reserves, you know, when you get out, you're automatically in the Navy Reserve, and so
My girl's a veteran.
you're what?
My girlfriend's a veteran.
Oh yeah, see, I forgot. See, we talked so long yesterday and today that I almost forget.
She was an MP.
She was an MP?
Yeah.
Oh man, the MPs are great, except there was one time I got screwed, man.
Except for this one time.
Yeah, they screwed me, bro. But then it turned out the guy was from Southie. And he was like, dude, he's like, fuck. He's like, I already put the call in. I would have let you go. I had no idea you from Boston. As soon as he heard me start talking, he's like, wait, you're from Boston? He's like, yo, I'm from Southie. I'm like, I'm from Charleston. He's like, what? He's like, oh, shit, I already put the call in. He goes, I'll do my best. I'll talk to my chief. Yeah.
Too little too late though, huh?
Well, no, I didn't get kicked out for it. I had to do 30 days manual labor, 30 days restriction to base. Luckily, I also got a bust down in rank, and I got that rank right back. I was still at E5. I made it to E5 in 2.5 years. That's like unheard of. I started in boot camp as an E3 because while I was waiting for my clearance before boot camp, I also waited for my clearance after boot camp. That's only because I got in some trouble when I was like, you know, I was a juvenile delinquent a little bit. So, but they ended up giving me the clearance because, you know, a lot of people, you know, there was a lot of like, good things about me as well. You know,
They gave you a waiver.
I had to sign 3 waivers. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But so it took a long time, but I think it was because how I was on base, and you know, every day my uniform starts perfect, even though I'm just sitting around doing janitor work. You know what I mean? Like waiting on my clearance. And then
people talk about how everything is vetting you throughout your life, no matter what do you think. You know what I mean? You're being vetted.
That's true. I mean? That's true. Even, and you know what? I didn't even know it.
Facial recognition shit and stuff, like that's just all adding to it. You know, it's just refining what they already have. You know. That's
what I'm trying to say. You are very intelligent. That is so true. What you just said. Everything that you do, you are being vetted. You are. Yeah, like the situation I was just telling you about. Little did I know at the time. I was doing it because I was a good sailor, but I was a great sailor. I don't want to sound like I'm putting but I really, you know, I put a lot of effort into presenting myself and putting on that uniform with pride. Because there were guys walking around, they were like bags of shit. you know, and they do just enough to meet the requirements, and that's it. Me, I walking out, I look like I had tits. My fucking like the what's it called? No, I shouldn't say. You know, I had my starched you know, they were like literally sticking out like 3 inches, like on each side and down the pants. Like that's how my uniform was. It was just like perfect, and I think that they took note of stuff like that. You know, I didn't get discouraged. Well, I'm cleaning toilets. Yet I'm dressed like that, and I'm presenting myself. And whenever I the way I talk, the way everything. So, and then they looked at my ASVAB scores too, and they saw, they really do like a thorough investigation. I don't know, you know what? All the stuff I sent to Marf to kind of let him know the deal, I think I'm gonna put it up with my audience. I mean, if I send it to Marf, why wouldn't I put it up for my own audience? I might as well. So yeah, I'm gonna do that on my testimony video. But anyways, I want you to take it away. I want you to continue where you left off.
Oh shit! Where was I? I was 986 feet down.
Yes, you were, sir, and you were talking about the sound of the Middle Earth.
Yeah, well, when there's nothing running down there, it should be quiet. That's the way I always seen it. Because, like, sometimes it was as quiet as you could imagine, And other times, like, if the belt's running and stuff, it's noisy. It sounds like everything around you could potentially kill you, you know what I mean?
Because they were fracking on the other side, correct?
No, not because of that. Just because, like, when the mine's actually running,
it's like alive.
Yeah, oh boy it is. And it could eat you, You gotta
and
watch.
all that dirt. I mean, guys, think about it. 1,000 feet underground. And all it is they call it a portal, we learned. But it's the elevator, it goes down. And then down there, there's different veins or whatever you can go down, you said. And you can be, I don't know if I'm representing this correctly, but, you end up in Pennsylvania, you end up in West Virginia, except you're 1,000 feet under it.
It wouldn't surprise me if whatever's happening in Pennsylvania and everything that's in Kentucky, if it would someday meet in the middle, you know what I mean? Like, it's already got to be close to that.
Huh.
It's got to be close to that anyhow.
And the thing is,
I was thinking about, you were asking me about dangers, I want to tell you about a danger that's always baffled me, okay?
Yeah.
There's these things in the coal mine, and, like, they're within the stream of coal, and they're called kettle bottoms, okay? And they're round, and they tell you to watch out for them in school, because what they are is they're falsified tree trunks, all right? And if you come across one and you see it, you're supposed to, like, hit it with a spud bar or something, and knock it down out of the ceiling, because if it falls out, it'll kill someone. These things are big and they're heavy. They're like, and it's weird because, like, the falsified tree bottom, it's like a circle rock that doesn't want to stay in the ceiling, you know what I mean? Like, they'll fall out, potentially. And, like, they've been known to kill people even. But they're called kettle bottoms. But if you think about that, there's tree stumps that are 986 feet under the ground that are falsified. So what happened to make those get there?
You tell me.
You know what I mean? Think about it. That's crazy shit.
Well, I didn't figure it out. Wait, you'll repeat it. I didn't figure out what.
All right. Well, like if a kettle bottom is actually a falsified tree root, that means trees were at some point there was trees 986 feet underground.
Holy fuck! What?
You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm trying to lay this down. You know what coal
So
is?
wait, so there's like clear evidence that there were trees 1,000 feet down. I mean, I know you keep saying 986, but I mean we're talking 14 feet away from
That's how
1,000.
deep my portal was. I know how deep my portal was.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just gonna keep representing it as 1,000.
Like,
It's just 986.
Do you know what coal is? Do you know what coal is? It's falsified. It's like swamp stuff, but like how like trees, like when they shed leaves in the swamp and they end up, and then somehow it ends up way down there supposedly. I'm not sure I believe how they say it got there, because like it's compressed leaves and carbon. That is what coal is. It burns. It's fuel.
Wow.
Compressed carbon. So think about that, you know?
And the thing is, I know a lot about all the elements and all that. When we were talking, the audience doesn't know this, but for 2 years, I've done a lot in my life, but for 2 years, this is after I had already lost my clearance, and right after my father died, not right after, but after my father died, which my audience understands was like a pivoting point in my life. But that's when I started working on air gas. And if you guys know the company Air Gas, I used to fill oxygen, I used to fill hydrogen, and I used to fill nitrogen, those three. But we had everything you could think of. Everything you could think of. Now, I know carbon's a whole different thing, but it's those, I'm familiar with those things. And so that's interesting.
Little fertilizer and some stump killer.
That's all it takes.
That's called rocket fuel.
Boom. Yep. Or boom. Yep. Seriously, I mean, you know what? We got to be careful with that, though. But yeah. You know what I mean? But it could be used. It could be used, and also, you know what? It also proves that as important as they make oil, right? There are so many alternative ways to power, and you know what I mean?
I was taught to make survival fires with antifreeze and plant food, like Miracle Grow. If you add those two.
Wow. Now that's something that I know my audience is interested in, because a majority of them are preppers. So go ahead with that. Explain.
It's a good way to start a fire.
So antifreeze.
The little packet of food that you get with flowers.
Wait, say that again. Oh yeah. When you get the fire, the food, with the flowers, yeah.
If you mix that with antifreeze in the appropriate proportions, it'll combust.
It'll combust, but will it just combust, or will it actually stay a fire?
It won't burn.
It'll burn and stay, and you just keep feeding it wood or whatever, and you're good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow. Do you guys hear that? That's amazing information. So antifreeze and of all things, the food from flowers. Now, why the food from flowers?
I don't want to say that word on your channel.
Oh, yeah, okay. Actually, I know exactly what you're talking about. I shouldn't have even asked.
I'm going to tell you the periodic table of elements.
No, I know exactly. Yeah, let's stay away from that. But, yeah, so anyways, flour food. You get flour, it comes with a little pretty little vase. You can get a vase and all that. And then there's a little packet of food, and you can go get some antifreeze, stock up on some antifreeze, and guess what? You don't know how to make a fire rubbing sticks together, you might be all set. Now, you have to be very careful when you do this.
I don't recommend anybody try it.
Yeah, I'm talking about, like a Marfoogle type, like end of the world event. You know what I mean? And you bug out.
Together, you're flirting with disaster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, literally.
For sure, that's flirting with disaster.
Yeah, but it is a way to keep a fire burning, and I'm telling you, if there was an event where people had to bug out and start, hitting the mountains, hitting caves, it's going to be very important, especially in the winter, to have your fire. I mean,
That's when all my friends that don't talk to me too much will be like, so what have you been up to? How you been?
any other little tips on prepping, survival?
I was thinking about the strip mining thing, like, because I actually worked in the strip mines before I worked in the deep mines. They call them deep mines, like underneath, But the strip mining, I was thinking about it, and that seems safer than the deep mining. Because
Okay.
you're not leaving a void there, Like, they take the dirt. I'm sure, of course, they destroy the mountain. It'll never look the same again. But in theory, they take the dirt, take the coal, and then put the dirt back without the coal, so it's filled in. It's not like it's going to cave in again, you know what I mean? It's just going to settle through time slowly. But, like, the deep mine, that's what kind of makes me concerned about. There's a void there, unless you implode it. What are you going to do, Like, someday it's going to give. I've seen 90 foot of the ceiling fall out down there and into a 4-way cross section, and it took us 16 hours to dig that out. And we had other ways out. There's other ways out of the mine. Like, we could go around it.
Well, yeah. But still, that's scary. In any situation when you're that far down, I mean, to have anything go wrong.
I wasn't that scared. I was just back then. It was kind of greedy. I was just thinking about all the overtime I was going to get.
You know what? Actually, that's how I always was too. I mean, but I was always like fearless, anyways. Like even before the military, but then the military instilled in me like training, and basically your training kicks in any situation. Like even just in the street with my friend, he took a bullet for me in the face. My training kicked in, and I saved his life for the time being. I literally convinced him he got shot with a BB gun when really he got shot in the face with a 45 with a hollow tip bullet. And you know what I mean? Yeah.
But that's a very unforgiving thing there.
Oh yeah, and that gun was pointed at me for about 2 minutes. And then my friend tried to rush the guy from the side to like grab him. And my friend was a big boy, he was half Italian, half Thai. Weird mix, but he rushed him from the side, and the guy saw it at the last second. And the funny thing is, the guy who shot him, he was also Navy. It was a Navy party we were at,
Yeah.
And this happened in Virginia Beach, in particular Hampton, which is right outside. We went there to visit some of our Navy friends who were still in, and he ended up getting shot. And all this stuff, and I told the audience that I was hypnotized.
You want to hear something that I think about America?
Please.
We are all mutts, okay? Like everybody that came here before, like when they were running to here.
We are all mutts in a way, yeah.
They were fleeing something, you know what I mean? And they were fleeing tyranny from other places that weren't settled, and then we came here and we fucking destroyed the Indians, which was completely fucked, if you ask me. That was some screwed up shit.
That was fucked up. But you know what? We also, because it's men, it's only like females are slaughtering them. It was men. So what the men, they did I bet you if there was like some very attractive ones, let's just be honest. All right, and we're talking way back then too. They used them and they impregnated a lot of them.
Oh, you know it.
I mean that's just how it goes. Especially back then, it's not like there was like this like code of honor. They had honor, but not the type of honor that goes on today. Although the honor that you think that goes on today, it might not be as much as I don't know, I don't know. In the military, yes. But in other fields, people think that they trust people way too much. Everyone, it's a dog-eat-dog world. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It really is.
For sure.
But yeah, I just
we're definitely all one much. You know, we're all one something, but they want to separate us for some reason. You know, they're trying to throw wedges in between each color of us, and that ain't right.
Yep. And you know what else? You know what else they're trying to do? And this is so obvious. They are trying to break up the family unit, and they've been successful with my family.
And the silencing part too. They're trying to silence
And
us.
then God forbid you're a white man. It's like you know what I mean? Like you're the problem. And I hate that. I've gotten that so many times because I'm in college too. You know, I take classes and I'm in college in Massachusetts. And I got escorted off the premises. I've told the story before, but you know, for those of you who haven't heard it, I got escorted off the premises because there was first of all, the assignment was to debate, okay? And the debate was immigration. Okay. So I wasn't involved in that debate. That wasn't my topic. My topic was different. So my topic was the First Amendment, which also got heated. But anyways, so they finished their thing and then they opened it up for questions. And I said, because I really was curious, because at the time, the caravan and all that was coming, right? So I said, how long? Because there was one girl there, you could tell that she had a lot of knowledge, not just because she studied for the debate, but you could tell that she had this knowledge firsthand, and she knew a lot about the immigration process. So I asked her, how long is the process to become an American citizen? That's all I asked. And mind you, like, you know, it doesn't matter what color people were, but I mean, it was a 75% African American class. There was also one guy from Iraq, one guy from, I think it was Kuwait or something like that. Anyway, so, and then there was like 3 white guys, but these 4 guys are like, you know, millennials, you know, 18, 19, and they like feel like belittled. It was like crazy. They sit in the back of the class with their head down and like have no self-confidence, you know? And so anyway, so of course I start getting attacked for asking that question. And I really wanted to know. Because in my head, I was like, okay, if it's 2 years, then you know what? Like, wait the 2 years. If it's 6 months, 2 years, like, you shouldn't be just coming into the country like that. Like, you need to wait the 2 years and do the process like all of our ancestors did. Okay? Unless your family is like from the Mayflower, like the caller last night, the scholar that called last night, his family was on the Mayflower. He's a Quaker, you know? His family actually came, he's in a, like, literally, like, his family is traced back to, I don't know if it was the Mayflower or which ship, but, you know, that time period, that's when his family got here, you know?
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's, I wish I mentioned that last night. But anyways, there's a lot of things, like, once I finish a video, it's like, I always, like, when I'm trying to go to sleep, like, a million things go through my head. Like, why didn't I mention this? But anyway, so then when I asked that, all of a sudden, it was like a mob mentality. Like, everyone starts screaming at me, right? But one in particular was like, you fucking white boy, you fucking privileged motherfucker, you don't know shit, fucking white boy this, white boy that. And I turned around, I go, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I said, you don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. I said, I said, do you know last week that speech contest about overcoming adversity? You know who won first place? Me. My speech won first place because, you know, you don't know what I've been through. You don't know my life. And I said, and a little information for you since you're making this into like a, and they started talking about like black and white and all that. And I said, listen, just so you know, my daughter is mixed race. She's African American mixed race as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's Portuguese, Irish, and African American. So I would pump your brakes. And she goes, wait. Oh, she is? Oh, my bad. We cool then. And then I'm like, hold on, wait. So what? If I had just a white baby, we ain't cool? Is that what you're saying? I was like, you know what? I ain't putting up with this shit no more. And so they all start screaming again. And then the professor, she's like 80 years old. She can't handle it. She calls in all these people. They come in, and the dean of student relations or whatever, he comes in, and what's he do? He escorts me. I didn't know what he was doing. First of all, we went for a walk. I told him what happened, and he goes, "It's a nice day outside. Let's go outside." And we start walking. Then I realized we're walking towards the parking lot, and I said, "Why are we walking in the parking lot?" And he goes, "Well, you seem pretty angry. I think it's best you go home." I said, "What?" I said, "I didn't cause any of this." I was like, I was being attacked, and I'm going to defend myself when I'm attacked, especially when it's like unfounded and totally ridiculous. And she's like, she's totally racist. She everything has to be about race to her, this one woman. And it was unbelievable. They escorted me off the premises, and all of a sudden, like, 2 campus police showed up. I'm like, listen, you guys get back in your car, go back to your donuts. I'm getting in my car. And they took offense to that. You know what I mean? And I was like, listen, you're not real cops. You can't do shit. Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Because this isn't like a...
Bottom line of that is, though, what it sounds to me is like they're trying to make people who are trying, you have freedoms, and we're free, you know?
Yeah.
People don't realize that. We are free.
Yeah, we do have freedoms, and that's why I did my debate in that class in the First Amendment.
You know, but like as soon as you go against anything you're saying, automatically now they're labeling you as a terrorist.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. I got thrown out of class, and then I asked him. I said, okay, you know what? Okay, I'm thrown out, but I have a class tonight that I need to make it to. He goes, no, you need to take the whole day off. I said, what? I said, it's 2:00. The class tonight is at 6:30. Like, what are you talking? First of all, I never flipped out. I never lost my temper. I was like, you're just basically scared because you're scared to go against an African American. And that's it. Because they run the school. The students. You know, it's like the patients run the insane asylum at these colleges. I heard about it all the time, but I didn't know it until like this last semester. Some of the stuff I experienced, it was unbelievable. And then guess what? The next time in school, the next week, all of a sudden, you know what was their way of fixing the solution? They had he had some title like the director of student relations, something like that, and he comes in and he's a big black guy, and you know what he did? All he did was talk about Martin Luther King and all that type of stuff, Malcolm X. You know what I mean? Like they totally just keep on like, and I don't blame the people in class. Yeah, after that, I thought to myself, I don't even blame this girl. She's like 19 years old, and she acts out like that. And you know what? Like, instead of being like told like, hey, you can't talk to people like that. Instead, like she almost like gets put on a pedestal like a hero. And, you know, they have these, like, professionals with degrees and high places come in and basically tell them, like, you know, like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, like, you got to stand up to the white man. Like, what? This was about me asking, this is all I said. How long is the immigration process? Because it really matters. I didn't explain why I was asking. But the reason I was asking was, okay, if it's like 6, 7, 8, yeah, then I understand why they're crossing the border like that. I would too, if I was living in a country like that, right? But if it's 6 months to 2 years, I wouldn't. And I never got an answer on that question because all of a sudden it became all race and like calling me all these, you know, the typical, you know, xenophobe, all this stuff. And little do they know about my background, you know? Like, as soon as they hear my background, they have nothing to say. And it's like, but what? So what? Because I grew up, like, in the city and all that, and my baby's mixed race, like, what? Oh, all of a sudden, like, I'm okay? But, like, if you don't have that background, you're not okay? Like, that's why I was sure. By the end of that class, though, all of a sudden, everyone started speaking up, and they talked about how messed up it was. And that just shows how they're all cowards, because they all sat there quietly. Even the most of the African Americans in the class spoke up and said, yo, dude, you were totally in the right. She was totally in the wrong. And then for them to handle it the way they did was like unbelievable. So it's like, the people aren't stupid, but at the same time, like, there's certain people that can be influenced, and it's just, I don't know. I've just had certain experiences in school. There was one time I set up some Christmas stuff, right?
Yeah.
And a Jewish teacher came in, right? And I had nothing against Jewish people. Now, if you're a false Jew, that's another story. And you know who I'm talking about. Begins with a Z. Begins with a Z.
About that earlier.
Yeah, as in zebra. Okay? Begins with a Z. So anyway, you know what she did with my Christmas decorations? She ripped them down. She ripped them down. She goes, yeah. She said, put up something that says maybe like Happy Holidays instead. I said, don't you dare. I said, you just literally, I had like a little like nativity scene, and I had like the baby Jesus. She took it all and just put it in a box, like it was just like nothing, like an action figure. You know what I mean? I was pissed. And then guess what? I ended up in her office later on for something else. She had a menorah in her office. She's like, and I probably go, oh, but you can have all that? She goes, that's in my office. She goes, you put it like where other people can see it. I said, well, I can see your fucking menorah right now, and I don't take offense to it, but the fact that you took offense to mine, you know, like, I do, you know, like I don't like it because you want to like, it's just unbelievable. If people knew what was going on in the college campuses, it's just, I'm a lot older than everyone there. So I have life experiences. I have a lot more knowledge. You know what I mean? I've been through a lot. I've been in the military. I've seen the world. These kids, they have no idea.
I was reading the comments earlier.
Yeah.
And Jerry Love wants to call in.
Yeah, I know she does, but right now this is your time, and you are full of information, and I'll decide when.
I'm just curious of what she has to say, though.
Oh no, she's gonna call in. Oh, she's definitely gonna. Actually, Jerry Love. I'm gonna look back at chat. There were 2 people who said they wanted to call in. I'm going to see who said it first, and they'll be next. But no, right now this is about you. Because, listen, buddy, we talked for so many hours yesterday. We talked for an hour today. But we talked for many hours yesterday. You are full of information. You surprised me. Not only that, you're hilarious. You know what I mean? Like, I just want the audience to hear what I heard. And I think they have been. But I've been kind of like talking too much.
I'm not telling my Bigfoot story.
Go ahead, do it.
No way. You know, I have a better one than that, actually.
All right, do it.
I have a better one than the Bigfoot one.
Then good. Then I've never heard it. I want to hear it.
All right. Well, I was sitting on a hill and I was hunting. Okay?
Don't worry about chat. I'll let you know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, trust me. In chat, please trust me. This guy is like special. Like, he's not just a coal miner, This guy
I've
knows
done
a
everything.
lot of information. Yeah, I mean, I think you guys get the idea. I mean, think of how much knowledge he's dropped already on little things, you know, like things subtle. He's done it subtle, but if you like listen back, he's dropped a lot of little sneaky knowledge. So, anyways, go ahead.
Well, I was out hunting, and sometimes when I go hunting, I like to just go out and stay in the woods for like 3 or 4 days, and I'll hunt for 3 or 4 days, you know, because
Well, that's the way to do it.
oh yeah,
I mean, I hate people who go hunting for one day and come home to. You know those people who go hunting for one day and they come home to electricity and their wife that night? It's
Yeah.
like, that's not hunting. No, you need to live in the land. You need to, you know, and not only that, it's a spiritual thing too.
Oh man, well that's what I was just gonna get at, you know.
Oh, there we go.
I was sitting at the tree, you know, and I was just gonna pop a squirrel, put on, you know, a couple sticks and eat this son of a bitch, you know, because the squirrels are good.
Yeah, they are. I had squirrel before.
I'm just sitting there, you know, and all of a sudden, like I felt something come to me, you know what I mean? It was weird. Like, I felt the presence of something while I was sitting at that tree, and I can't explain it.
Would you, now you talking like a predator, an animal presence, or a supernatural
I felt
presence?
like I was having a conversation with an Indian, I swear. And it was around Ryerson Station.
So a supernatural presence. Okay.
Yeah, like this Indian talked to me.
Oh,
like,
so like
he wanted me
Indian.
to leave,
Wow.
you know what I mean?
He wanted you to leave.
That's how I felt.
Why? You ate the squirrel. You know.
No, I didn't even get a squirrel yet. I'm just sitting at the tree still.
Okay. Okay. But wait. But I have a question before, and then you got the floor. Where were you? Because one of my best friends growing up, like a very close friend, he is I believe it's Chippewa, and if that is that the one that's up by Canada and also Michigan, Chippewa.
This happened down around when I was in the coal mines down south. This happened down in Ryerson Station in State Park.
Isn't that like Mississippi?
A lot of creepy shit happened there with the Indians. Like the Indians killed a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but I'm saying, isn't that Mississippi?
No, this was in Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Ryerson Station in Pennsylvania. But I was sitting there, man. I felt it, like something. It was talking to me, like through my heart somehow. I can't explain it other than that, you know. Like I didn't physically see anything, but like I felt something like talking through me, like right through my heart, you know. I was just thinking about the day, and then all of a sudden I felt cold and felt like I was unwanted. And then after, like, I actually just thought in my head, you know, and explained what I was doing there. I was just there to pop a squirrel, and I'm just living life, and I'm sorry for whatever happened to you guys, you know. Like, I apologized even on the behalf of whatever I am, you know.
Yeah, how did they react?
Like, my heart is always blood.
I mean, how did he react to that when you kind of like...
I felt like I owned the woods after that.
You felt like what?
I felt like I owned that woods after that.
So he respected that.
It warmed my heart, man. Like,
Wow.
It was crazy. Like, I explained, like, my intentions, and I did it, like, just through thinking. And it just went away, like, instantly. And it turned into this, like, I was a part of it all of a sudden, you know? It was weird.
Wow.
Like, my heart's always bled for everything that's ever happened to the Indians. I don't know why.
No, me too. It's always been personal to me. Because the friend I'm talking about, he wasn't just like, all right, a friend I met later in life or in high school. No. my father had a business, and his father worked for my father, which means that we basically grew up together. We called each other cousins, but we weren't cousins. And he was Native American. Unfortunately, though, he was also pagan. I mean, but then again, he was Native American. You know what I mean? So, he had like cool tattoos on his back. He had Sitting Bull and the other one, one of the other very famous. But anyways, he had all like Native American tattoos. He actually went to South Dakota or North Dakota. Was the Black Hills? Forgive me for my ignorance, but
that's Sioux territory.
It's sacred land.
That's Sioux territory.
Yeah, it's Sioux territory. No, but he still went there. It's sacred land, regardless. But isn't Chippewa their boots too, right? I know that the tribe he was also like boots. They're mostly in Canada, but they're also in Michigan and places like that.
Yeah. Hey, remember when we were talking about the burial mounds earlier?
Yeah, tell us about the burial mounds, and then after you tell us about the burial mounds, just so you know, chat wants to hear about the Bigfoot story.
I honestly, I have as many curiosities as you probably. Like, I'm just kind of new to it in a way, but like I did see them back in the day. I told you that,
The burial mounds, I find them fascinating. Actually, my buddy used to talk about them too. That I was just talking about. So yeah,
I heard about giants being in there and stuff.
And do you know what and that was all during like the 1800s. They were finding those. And if you go to a library and you go back, you can still find the articles where they find these giant human skeletons. I mean, giant. And the Smithsonian swooped in and took them all. And that's what they've been doing for years. Anytime something's reported about a giant, they swoop in and take it. Because you know why? That shows proof of the Bible with the giants. In particular, Enoch.
The very thing they're trying to stomp out.
Yeah. By the way, so Jerry Love will be next, but I want to hear more about the burial mounds, and then also just so you know, the chat.
I don't know enough about them to even talk about them so much as I just seen them.
Oh, it's amazing. It's a very well. I'm sure when you were there, you had a spiritual experience, because when I was there, I had a crazy spiritual experience myself, but it was more so just like you like feel something come over you,
Dude, I could feel it around that prison too.
Yeah.
I could feel an energy around that prison that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, and you know what? It's like something that like even Einstein said it. He was like, I can't disprove God because energy never dies. And we are all energy. And where does that energy go? Does it float off into space? It doesn't die. It can't go away. The energy can't go away. It goes somewhere.
I think it remains where its heart was content.
I think that everyone who's died, in the Bible, one thing about the Bible that confuses me is I always thought everybody is in heaven, and when I die, I go up, and everyone's waiting for me. But I do believe they're watching over me. However, in the Bible, it's more so like it's like where they die, and to them it's like a second, but all of a sudden it's Judgment Day.
Yeah, no, I thought I was retired for the most part from all the bullshit, and I was ready to just cuddle puppies and stuff, and now I think I'm gonna have to fight again.
Well, all right. Hey, just so you know, chat is dying to hear this Bigfoot story.
For real?
Yeah. I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
All right. Well, here I am. I'm a dirty little coal miner going out of the coal mine, and I went to my local...
You're a lot more than that, let's be honest. But anyways...
I am. I'm getting there. It's going to be... This is the heirloom, dude. I made this up just now.
All right, all you.
You got to go with the flow. Alright. So a dirty old coal miner goes to his local bar that opens at 8 a.m. every day just for him. And probably 7 other coal miners. One coal miner decides to go down over the hill and hunt some deer. It's still dark out. He hears some noises in the bushes. It's something fierce. He can feel something flapping the ground. And it is definitely vibrating his leg and enough to wake him up from the tree he was sleeping at, almost half drunk. So he wakes up. And he's keen. He's just so alert and watching and listening. And he keeps hearing more thumping and twisting and branches flying all over the fucking place. And then the sun comes up and he gets the balls, puts them in his wheelbarrow, and pushes them over to the tree that was being rattled and shook. Notices an 8-inch branch that is like twisted off of the tree is gone.
And now to repeat that, 8 inches, 8-inch in diameter branch.
He decides to follow this little trail that the branch made. It's at least 40 yards from the tree. Okay? There was no wind. Nothing carried that branch 40 yards. Something threw it. Just saying. Okay, now the coal miner decides to walk up the creek bed a little ways towards where he sees the branch. And upon taking a few steps, he looks up and he catches a glimpse of something that takes like 3 hops, a skips, and a jump, and it's gone. Gone. Like, could not see it. And it was huge. And then I went to the bar, sat down, and I was probably noon by the time I got back to the bar. So, I mean, I was pretty far in the little hills down there. When I got back, a fella said, "You look like you've seen a ghost." I said, No, don't worry. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, Don't worry about it.
So this is after the experience. You saw somebody.
You seen it, didn't you?
So wait, he said what? The old man?
Yeah, the old man says, "You seen it, didn't you?"
Wow.
And I was like, "Yeah, I think so, I thought you guys were just bullshitting, Like, I've been hunting down there all the time. But whenever it was dark and I was sitting there and all that thumping was happening, I could feel its energy too. I could feel it saying, I don't want you here, like that. I could feel it.
That was like the vibe he was giving off? Now, what did you see him do?
It didn't even look at me, man. Whenever it took a jump across the creek, like in 2 steps, and went up the hill in 3 and was gone. Like, I mean...
a creek. How big was the creek?
It was at least 15, 20 foot.
And in 2 steps, he was able to, like...
Yeah.
Wow.
It was so quick and so agile. It looked like it was dancing on tulips. It just... right up it. And like effortless almost. It was one of the most grateful things I ever seen. And it was quick.
Wow. Now, can you describe what he looked like? I know you only kind of caught him from behind.
He had gray hair. It was like a grayish black
so
hair.
So it's gray, not. See, everyone pictures brown. It was more like grayish black.
Yeah, maybe it was an old one. I don't know.
They probably exactly. They probably age just like us. I have a total open mind to everything. I mean, I've just learned so much in 34 years that it's just, I believe I have an open mind to everything. And if there is a Bigfoot, they're not just, I don't think they're immortal. You know what I mean? I think that they can die and all that. And I think that they would also age. So it makes sense. She has grayish, black, hair,
Oh, I've seen like sticks stacked up too, like in weird places, like there's no way nature did that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm talking in the middle of nowhere, like
I've actually seen that too, but I never made the connection. I've just made the connection to like other things. I thought maybe it was something like Luciferian or because it was like
I don't know.
at
think
least what
the
I
real
saw. What I
best
saw is probably way different than what
That
you
was
saw.
actually the second time I seen it. I seen a little baby Bigfoot. You're gonna laugh, but this is like.
Are you
I
sure?
Really,
Are you sure it just wasn't a hairy
Nope.
midget?
Driving down the road. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Driving down the road.
Yeah.
And I was going past Moraine State Park in Pennsylvania, and I swear I seen a monkey like jump from the white line to the yellow line, from the yellow line to the other white line, and land on its feet. Okay.
Whoa. Now where was this? Where was this? One more time.
Outside of Moraine State Park,
In what state?
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I was on my way to Johnstown, Pennsylvania. You know where Johnstown is?
I actually do. Yes.
All right. Well, I was on my way to Johnstown, and it was me, my girlfriend, and there was like 3 people in my back seat, and I was like 19. You know, we were all having fun and everything, but sober for the most part. And I'm telling you, I seen it, and I instantly, like, I had a system in my car, you know, and I just turned it down. And as soon as I turned it down, the dude in the back seat was like, "That was a MFing monkey." And I was like, "All right, cool. I'm not the only one that's seen
Yeah.
that."
What's there a monkey doing in Pennsylvania though? You know?
And I was like, I don't know. It was kind of big though. Like, did you see how fast it jumped? And like, my friend DJ that was in the back seat was
Well,
like,
monkeys can move pretty quick. I just don't know what a monkey was doing in Pennsylvania. That's all I'm saying.
Not in October. It's cold. Do you think they'd head south like birds?
Yeah, that's true too.
Like, this thing, it literally, like, it was like a couple jumps and it was across the road. I'm talking like a highway, you know? Like, it was on 422. Like, that's an interstate highway. Like, it's definitely, it was a 2-lane part of it, but still, it's a semis ride on it, you know? It's a big road.
Wow. No, I don't think a monkey of that size could make it in two jumps. In 2 jumps like that, I don't think so. Not without a tree.
I was ready to hit it, you know? I was like, holy
Imagine
shit.
you hit it and you discovered the first Bigfoot ever.
I don't panic. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm going to hit something.
But imagine you did and you discovered the first Bigfoot ever. You know what happened? 2 to the back of the head, Smithsonian moves in.
Yeah.
That's the truth, brother. Seriously. Yeah. As soon as they got the word, they would know. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. That was when I was like 19. I'm like 36 or 37 now. I don't know which year.
I do the same thing. I always say I'm 33, and then I like realize no, I'm 34, and I'm actually gonna be 35 soon. What the fuck?
If I don't pay attention to the number, it makes me feel younger.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. It's like a subconscious trying to. Yeah.
Why bother with numbers? They're overrated.
Yeah. But then again, like, you know, like when I hear like 26-year-olds talk like that, it makes me disgusted. And then when, like, you know, people in their 40s hear people in their 30s talk like that, they're like, oh, you know, you guys still so much. When people in their 50s hear people in their 40s, they're like, oh, people in their, you know, it just depends on your age. And whatever, you know, is younger than you, you consider, you know, it's just funny how that works, too.
I lived a pretty wild life. I can tell you some stories. Someday maybe you can sit down and hang out together. Maybe have a beer.
I would love it. I would honestly.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be great. And you're not that far. And you know what? You're not the only. Yeah, there's another person in Pennsylvania that I would love to go visit. Also, that I've met on the channel. And so I could maybe make a trip of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that person knows who they are. I don't know if they're here right now, But yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I just don't
Yeah,
want to put people's business out there, you know what I mean? Where they live and all that. Yeah, it is a big state. You would be on the other side, I think.
Yeah.
But that's fine, you know. Like I said, I used to go up and down the East Coast for my father's moving company with trucks all the time. Once a month, we'd go to Florida and back, and we would hit all the major cities, do pickups, drop offs. We would do all the logistics ahead of time and plan it. And then, we'd also hit some rural areas. I always find Pennsylvania very interesting because you have some big cities like Pittsburgh, obviously Philadelphia. And then there's places like, what is it, Cranston?
Go to CDU.
What?
CDU, PA, buddy. That's the best place in the world. CDU, PA. Right in the heart of the Allegheny Mountains. It's beautiful.
Oh, wow.
That's,
See,
that's the last place I lived in Pennsylvania. I'm not in PA anymore, but...
Yeah, I'd love to see that. Oh, actually, yeah. I mean, I don't know where you are now, but who knows? You might even be closer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, for sure.
Somebody's asking, what part of Pennsylvania?
What's that?
What part of Pennsylvania, somebody asked. And don't answer if you don't want to.
Oh, it's, right in the Allegheny Mountains outside of Warren, Pennsylvania.
So I'm assuming that person's knows the area. So
yeah,
would they understand that?
I bet I know better.
Yeah, know what I'm saying though. Would they
River runs right through there.
Alligator River. Okay.
No, Allegheny.
Oh, I thought you said Alligator River. I'm like, I thought they were in Florida, but okay, whatever you say. There's Bigfoot, why not alligators?
Yeah, there's Bigfoot carrying alligators through there.
Yeah. That's a good one.
No, I grew up in them hills.
Wow. Hey, do you ever see the TV show? Oh man, there's like these two families feuding, and it's not like the actual historical one. It's like
the Hatfields and McCoys?
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's a fictional one, but it's like West Virginia and like Pennsylvania, and they hate each other, and I forget the name. I'm surprised you haven't seen it. I thought maybe you had.
I don't know. I do know I got a lot of static when I went down in the West Virginia area when I sounded like a northerner.
Really?
Eventually I started to sound a little southern too, and then it's like I don't even know where I'm from anymore.
You know what? But to me, let's put it this way. Somebody from Western Massachusetts, right?
Yeah.
If I hear them talk, they sound like Southerners to me. I'm like, what are you from the South? They're like, no, I'm from, like Western Mass. Like, I live in the same state as you. And it's like one of the smallest states in the country. You know what I mean? But it's just, I don't know. It's just...
When I came up here, I remember 2 words that I got looked at really funny. And one of the words is, I was talking to my dog and I said, go on, get. And that's one word.
Yeah, that's one. And then you know what I used to hear in the military? In the military is full of Southerners, right?
Yeah.
And they would always say, like, I'm fixing to. And that's the first time I heard. I'm like, you're fixing what? He was like, no, I'm going to.
I say I reckon a lot. Like, sometimes I'll say I reckon if I get really drunk. I'm always like, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon, yeah, I'm fixing to this, I'm fixing to that. I'm like, well, what are you fixing? And they're like, what? I'm like, what are you fixing? They're like, no, that means like I'm going to, like, they had to explain it to my first 2 years in the military were very interesting. It was very eye-opening to me, you know. I at that point, I hadn't left Boston. I thought everybody was a Catholic. I thought everybody was either Irish, black, Italian, or Portuguese. That's honestly what I thought. I thought everybody in the country was like that. I thought everyone was Catholic. I didn't know. But you know, you learn, that's why, like, and then as Americans, it's the same situation. You know, like, that's why we need, like, the guy who called in last night. He's a historian, scholar. He's an older guy, but he's traveled. And he actually told me personally, he said, he goes, listen, you got too much stress going on. You don't need this crap. He goes, you know, you need to, he told me a couple places that I could move to and could be beneficial to my situation, as far as just in case, you know, shit hits the fan because of what I'm doing on YouTube, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, buddy, I just want to say it's always a pleasure talking to you. You got my number. Now this isn't my, like, personal number, but this phone's always nearby unless I'm at work. So at any time, feel free to call. And like I said, basically almost every night we have a call-in show. Feel free to call in any night, okay?
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, West Virginia. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, you too. And thank you for, you know, your patience today. And I think, and the chat loved your stories.
Oh, well, patience is a virtue.
It really is. It really is.
You know, I had a couple beers in the mix too. So what the hell?
Yeah. Actually, that was part of it too. Like, when I drove home, I grabbed 3 nips, like I told you I would. So far I've had 1, so I got 2 more to go. So I plan on having a long show tonight. So
I have to say, I probably laughed you twice then.
well, I mean, hey, they're 100 proof nips. Don't make me sound like a bitch.
Hey,
I got a daughter I gotta wake up to. I like use her as an excuse. Yeah.
Alright, put a shout out for this dude, alright? Like, I know.
Oh yeah, please. Yeah, you know, like Marfoogle does. Any last comments? Go ahead.
Alright, well, this is my favorite song, alright? And it's my favorite song because of how passionate this dude is about beer. Okay, and it's called Cold Beer's the song, and it's by Jesse Stewart.
All right. I hold on. I always have a notebook and pen, by the way, because I never know what I'm gonna hear from the callers. So I always have my notebook and pen. Hold on, let me write it down. So how do you spell it?
Jesse
Yeah.
Smollett. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, you got me. Normally nobody gets me like that, dude. What the fuck, you asshole? You got me on my own show. Ah, nobody gets me. I get people. You usually got. Oh.
I've had 12 beers. You can't keep up with this.
All right, you'd be surprised, buddy. I'm a sailor. You know, I take it easy just because of my situation, but when I come down to PA, you know, you'll see. All right, I can hang. Trust me.
All right, we have a nice house, man. You know, you can, hell, if you had to crash here, you can crash here. I wouldn't care.
Yeah. I would love that. Yeah, and you know, in PA, I actually have a friend in the military. I can actually call them. So that makes 3 people I could visit just in that state.
No shit, that's cool.
Yeah, but in between, there's really nothing. New York, I have nothing. I don't want nothing to do with Yankees fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I wrote that. I said that because West Virginia prepared mine. She gets it. Oh no, she's talking about Yankees don't get it, like Northerners. Oh, I get it. I thought she meant the baseball team. Okay, all right. So all right, thank you again, buddy. And I know that we'll be in touch. And I just hope that make sure you resubscribe, hit that bell because I want you to be able to call in. Okay.
All right, you just make sure you listen to that Jesse Stewart Cold Beer song.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
It'll change your life forever. You'll just be like, oh my God, this dude really, if he loves anything, he probably loves beer.
Yeah, sure.
That'll be your conclusion probably, but like, I'm just saying, if anybody can love that passionate about anything, he can't be that bad of a guy. Like,
It's a good point.
It's incredible.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah, all right, well, I'll let you go.
Well, you're not letting me go. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure talking to you these past 2 days, and you are I wrote it in chat. You're like an encyclopedia of knowledge, and I love it.
I honestly don't have a whole lot of friends, so you can call me anytime.
All right, that's great. Thank you. I will, and I don't just say that just like, oh yeah, I'll call you. I will. I really will. And when I say that I want to plan a trip to PA, now yes, I have to arrange babysitters and all that, but I wouldn't have a babysitter, but I'd have to ask my mother. Maybe it'd take like 2 days off of work, and then like a 4-day weekend type of thing. And
our house is child friendly.
I'll come down.
I would actually go on tour with you if you wanted. Like we'd hook up and we'd just go on tour. It'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, what about hunting?
Hell yeah, I could show you some places down there in Titty Ute.
We can go hunting?
Oh yeah.
I'd love that. Because there's no hunting up here. That is not something... up in Maine, yeah, but other than that, no.
You're gonna have to send me a message so I can I send you text to this number?
Yeah, you can send text, anything. It's a cell phone. So
I can actually send you like pictures and shit.
Yeah. It's actually a really nice smartphone. Yeah, you can do anything with this phone. It's not my personal phone because I wouldn't give my personal phone out. I actually have 3 phones, but this is the phone that is just strictly for this.
This is my personal phone.
Yeah, and this is my, this phone, and but I'm sure if I was in my car packed up and went on my way down to PA, you would actually get a phone call from my real phone. You know what I mean?
Oh, sweet, sounds good.
All right, brother. Thank you.
We still gotta figure out this other number.
Yeah, I put it in chat. I've been glancing at chat. I don't know if anyone figured it out, but it's already saved and in the chat log. So on my own time, I can kind of do some research. If I figure anything out, I'll let you know.
Cool.
Okay.
I just want to say I have never seen that number before.
Yeah. I mean, I did like very, not in-depth research. I mean, we were live, so I just kind of like checked a few sites, but they were only taking American numbers, so I had to find something.
If you catch on to anything, give me a holler. I'll be looking at myself.
Yeah, I might even call that number.
I thought about it too.
Yeah, I will.
To get off.
No, I will because I feel responsible. I'll call the number. Okay?
All right.
All right, so I'll do that, and God bless.
All right, you too, brother.
All right, man.
Have a good night.
Okay, you too. And hey, you're watching tonight, right? You gonna be in chat?
Yeah, I won't be in chat because I don't have an account.
Make one. Just make one. It takes 2 seconds.
All right, I will.
It makes 2 seconds. It's seriously like it's like all you do is do you have an email?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll make one.
E-
I'll make one.
Yeah.
Sit down because it seems like I did this, okay, as an experiment, and I shut everything down, and I still get notifications from you, and I have no account, but like once in a while I'll get a notification from you, and I'll get one from Marfoogle. But all I have is the app. I don't have an account, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe I watch it enough that maybe it just comes on, but I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Marfoogle seems to be the I think it's because he has so many supporters, but like he comes up. He's always the first thing on the news feed. Now, then I went to a different. I have different accounts. I went to a different account where I have all kinds of things I'm subscribed to, right? And I don't watch Marfoogle on that account. Yet he always comes up first there too. So I don't know. He's figured out a way to always kind of be. He's promoted by YouTube. He follows the rules, and he's grown quickly, and he's supported, and I'm happy for that. He got me my first like 350 subscribers.
When I was messaging and stuff like to him, like someone in the chat was calling me a shill. You believe that?
Oh, trust me. When I first got there, trust me, I got a lot of crap too. When I first got there,
for my family, and that's it.
the first time I called, yeah, I know, right? The first time I called, everyone made fun of me, calling me like stolen valor and all that, and that's the reason I sent my credentials.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why, like, even in that phone call, I said, so just for all you people who were talking shit last time, and Marfoogle said, no, for everyone who, doubted him, he is 100% legit. And, I'm going to do the same thing on this channel, my testimony. I'm going to, put out the proof. So, it's just good. It's just good, because you never know. Anyone could be lying. You have to assume, like, people have bad intentions sometimes. Unfortunately, in the world we live in, especially with the internet. But I'll be in touch.
All right, you have a good one.
All right, thank you.
I'll watch the show.
Yeah. Like I said, just either whatever email you have right now, use that, or create an email real quick. Maybe like I don't know. Gray-haired Bigfoot at Yahoo or whatever. Just whatever you want to do, and just create an email. It takes 2 seconds, and then just subscribe. And I want to see you in chat. Okay? Actually, send me a text message once you completed and you got into YouTube. Okay?
All right, I'll do that.
I want to see you in chat, or at least in chat say, hey, this is me. You know what I mean?
All right.
All right, brother.
Have a good night, man.
All right, you too.
Later.
Yep. All right, Jerry Love, you're next. You see what I mean about that guy? He's a great guy. He's full of information. The thing is, like, you got to pull it out of him a little bit, I noticed that, like, talking, like, personally with him, like, we were basically just talking about the coal mines, and just, like, what was eerie to me is the way he described the sound of the middle of the earth, and how quiet and dark it was. But it was so quiet that the quietness almost had a sound, if that makes sense. And that sent a chill up my spine when he said that. I couldn't. And then, anyway, so we continued to talk. Anytime I have like a special guest, I vet them. And so he doesn't know it. I hope he doesn't get mad, but I did some research and, I found out he is legit. Everything he says is real. As far as who he is, what he does, and all that. Hold on, Jerry Love, call me back. You're not answering. I'm not answering. Hold on. Is my volume down for some reason? Hold on. I don't understand. Maybe you called during his call. Oh, you're right. I have a missed call from you, Jerry. Alright, I'm calling you Jerry Love right now. Okay. Hello? Long time no talk? No, I understand. Long time no talk, but we have been texting nonstop. And, that I've been, you've been in my prayers, as well as, I don't want to get into it, but everything that we've talked about. I've prayed for you. And, everything we talked about in text. By the way, right now you're not on speaker. Nobody can hear you. It's just me and you. Just so you know. But I just want to let you know that you've been on my prayers. I was gonna ask. Wait, now your daughter? But she's back in. She's back in. Wow. See, I thought it was about your father, and then your mom. Oh, he got out.
Yeah, he has to have surgery Tuesday.
Listen, Jerry, can I just say one thing? Now, okay, the fact that your daughter's in the hospital, it's like nothing else matters. I understand. I have a daughter. Okay, you know what I mean? But the fact that with the family health stuff, as far as your parents, you need to keep up with appointments, especially with, all right, because your daughter, she's gonna be okay. That's in God's hands. That's in God's hands. I'm gonna put you on speaker right now, but I just want to say that personally to you. You need, but she's gonna be okay. I'm telling you, she's gonna be okay. I'm not a doctor, but I'm telling you, I believe in the power of prayer, and your daughter's gonna be okay. But in order for her to be okay, as far as living her life, being happy, she needs you. So you need to keep up on all your tests, and especially anything pertaining to what your mother and father are going through. Alright, so I'm about to put you on speaker, okay? Alright. Okay, so there's no need for this is Red Pill, this is Red Pill Dispensary. This is one of my mods, Jerry Love, and she single-handedly, Marf got me to 350, and on the Marfoogle show, Jerry Love got me past 1,000, which, I wish Marfoogle would tell people, just because you hit 1,000, the only thing you can do is be able to use your phone to do broadcasts. You can't, all those other perks you can't get until you get 4,000 hours of viewing time, which is a lot. That takes the normal person, who has 1,000 views, like probably years. With me, I think I'll hit it in like another 3 weeks, maybe, unless I break another big story. But anyways, this isn't about me. This is about my mod, and actually, if I remember correctly, my first mod, Jerry Love.
Yeah.
So, yep, you were my first mod. So take it from here.
Okay. First, Matt, they can't see you. You have another screen up.
Yeah, I know. It's just,
Okay.
you know why? I'm being a little bit selfish, and I'm trying to see the. But you guys want to see me? I just feel like with my haircut, I'm like a little bit like self-conscious. But it's okay. Alright, you guys can see me. Fuck it.
Okay, they're still saying they can't hear me, so I don't know.
Oh, see, now I gotta go back. Okay, they're saying you can't hear you. Let's see. Hold on, now I gotta go back to
Okay, I just heard me on there, so they should be able to.
Yeah, there's no reason they shouldn't be able to hear you. Yeah, oh no, maybe they were saying they couldn't hear you when me and you were speaking privately.
Okay. Well, nice.
Well, hold on,
haircut.
before you start, I want to make sure everyone can hear you. Hold on. If you guys can hear her, say yes. If you can't, say no, please.
Okay,
Oh, we're
they
getting too
said
close to the
they can
camera.
now.
They're saying yes?
Yep.
All right, go ahead, take it over.
Okay. Well, everybody knows that I've been in and out of the hospital with my family this week. My dad, we just found out he's got cancer, and my mom's having heart problems. But my daughter just got put back in the hospital, and there is a kidney disease going around that nobody is talking about, and it's really bad in this town. I know here people are saying that there is several people that have it, but my daughter is the worst case they have seen. And
All right. What do you mean worst case?
they called in the infectionist doctor today. Infectious and disease control doctor, and to see my my daughter today.
No, I myself have dealt with infectious and disease control. There was a time I almost died in the hospital. Do you know? Just because I want to put something on the screen to kind of because I know you want to spread the word as well.
Yeah, because they're not telling anybody about this, what's going around.
What's it called?
They said that there's no name for it. It don't make sense.
There's no name for it? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
And it's really going around bad.
So it's no. Now, what do you know? What part of the body does it?
It's affecting the kidneys. It's my daughter, at first they said she had a cyst on her kidney. And now they're saying it's not a cyst, that she's got a very bad abscess on her kidney. I mean, really bad.
Yeah. No, so that means that's operation automatically. I mean...
Well, right now they just have...
antibiotics. They do IV antibiotics. Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
I believe it or not, I'm pretty familiar with this stuff just because I almost died myself. My body was full of infection. But go ahead. I'm just trying to get information to put up.
They've already tried 3 different kinds of antibiotic, and they said that the next step is they're going to put a tube in her back and try to suck the disease out of her kidney.
But you know what? That might be the best thing.
I know, but this is all, oh Lord.
How old is she? If you don't
2
mind.
years ago, she went through full-blown kidney disease, but they're saying that this isn't part of that.
So they're saying that she and I don't know if you want to give her age on the internet, but do you
she's
mind?
only 26, and she had
So
full-blown
26. And so she's already had something very serious with her kidneys a couple of years ago. And already,
she
and they're
almost
saying
died.
that it's not connected.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
that
saying it's not.
sounds a little, I mean, to say it's not connected, that sounds like they're jumping the gun a little bit.
I know, it don't make sense, but
That doesn't make sense at all.
the thing is, I went to the pharmacy today, and the pharmacist started telling me that there's a whole bunch of kidney diseases going around, and they're saying none of them is connected. Well, they said there was like 5 or 6 in there just this week. So it doesn't make sense.
This is something that's going around, or at least in your area.
Yeah, and it doesn't make a lick of sense.
Yeah, and I know what your area is, but I don't know. I'm not gonna. We go by state. So Kansas. So in Kansas, it's been going. This is something that they're seeing increase.
So they also said that she's going to be on antibiotics for a very long time. They ain't telling me how long. They said that she's going to be in the hospital for at least a couple weeks. And when she comes home, she's going to have to be on IV and who knows what else.
Yeah, they're gonna put a PIC line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one of those too. That's why I'm saying, like, I know a lot about this. Like, you'd be surprised. But yeah, so she'll have a PIC line, and but the fact that they let her home, that's a good sign. That means, now, did they say what type of infection?
No, that's just it. They won't tell anybody what kind of infection's going around. They just said it's just
they have to tell you.
Infection. They're not telling anybody.
Yeah, but yeah, kidney, that's just saying where the infection is. That's not saying what type of infection. It could be MRSA. It could be staph. I mean, it's less likely staph because it's kidney. It could be MRSA though. It could be a multitude of things. They're supposed to tell you what type of infection it is.
That's just it. They're saying it's unknown, and that just makes me
unknown. But by now they've already tested it. Like they have these very advanced labs that they test. You know what they you know what I bet you after they do what they do, they will be able to test it and figure it out. Hopefully.
Somebody said go to a different doctor. She has her own kidney disease doctor.
I recommend that as well. Always get a second opinion.
Well, she's got several kidney doctors working on her.
Yeah, but even if she does, it doesn't hurt to get a second opinion. That's all I'm saying.
But I just want everybody to know this is going around. This is not something that's just one person, something is up, something's going around, and they're not telling people.
Okay, so you know what? Now that piques my interest. Okay, so let me see. I'm gonna search right now. Okay, so what? Because if it's going around, and I want to know, is this something that can be like an airborne thing? Is this something?
That's what I'm wondering.
Well, that's what I'm looking up. I'm saying, what are the common causes of kidney disease? And let's see what we got.
And what made me.
Oh, by the way, just so you
really
know,
made me think.
if you want a little bit of hope, there's something called renal cell carcinoma. If you go back and watch the show, you'll see it. Clinical research trials, and it's about. I'm sorry, it's about kidney cancer research. So that's different. Okay.
Okay. Well, see, CJ made me think earlier because she was saying that there's several different kinds of bird disease. What does the bird flu cause?
Well, the bird flu, I think that's kind of.
I don't know if that's linked or what, you know. She said something about that, and it made me think about that.
Yeah, I just feel like that's been kind of outdated and eradicated. No?
No, it's not.
It's not?
It's back. No.
And you know what the worst?
5 strains of it in the USA.
If something like that comes back, you know what that means? That
It's
found a way. It found a way. If any disease that was here and is eradicated and then comes back, like for instance the measles, like Marfoogle reported, that means that it has figured out a way around our immune system. Because our immune system has fought it off, or antibiotics fought it off. But for it to still, be affecting people, that means
there is five strands of the bird flu in the United States.
Yeah. Now, I bet you one or two of them they have figured out a way around not only the genetics, but the antibiotics.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that's scary is when they kind of like morph and they figure out, like, I mean, these things are living bacteria. They figure out how to like get around the medicine. And actually, if they come back 10 times worse. I don't mean to scare you. I'm just saying in general.
Well, I just want everybody to know if you start running a high fever and you start feeling.
Yeah, what if. Oh. Are you there? Are you there? I dropped you.
I'm here.
Okay, what are the. Yeah, that's a good question.
These are the symptoms my
The
daughter
symptoms,
had.
yes.
One of them ain't even being looked at. She had a bloody nose.
Bloody nose.
And for some reason, her nose was bleeding, but it wasn't pouring out. It bled for like 2 or 3 days.
So her nose would just constantly like have blood inside of it.
Huh?
It would just constantly have like blood in the nose, but it wouldn't be like pouring out.
Yeah.
Huh.
And that went on for like 3 days.
Okay.
And she got a high fever. Her fever last night shot up to 103 point something.
Now, how long after the nosebleeds did the fever come? 3 days, you said?
The fever came like a day after the nosebleeds, I think.
Oh, 1 day? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're not even considering the nosebleeds. She told them about it, but they're not even looking at that.
Maybe they just don't.
And it was coming out of both nostrils. I mean, it wasn't like a normal nosebleed.
Oh, then they need to consider that.
Yeah.
I was gonna think like maybe they think. So okay, so that's 2. Any other symptoms?
Mainly she just feels groggy and sluggish, and she just and she is in major pain. She is in bad pain.
Have they helped her with the pain?
They had her on morphine in the ER, but now they're only giving her hydrocodone.
Yeah, see, and that's the problem with like the. I understand the war on opiates to keep people from being addicts, but then there's people who really do need pain medicine. and they end up suffering because of it.
She was
She should be on
real
more than
bad pain.
hydrocodone.
Yeah, I know, right? She told him tonight, I'm in pain again, and I'm running. Her fever spiked up at the same time she was running. In pain.
Yeah.
And they
And
said,
then the
we can only
insurance.
give you a hydrocodone. And she
Yeah.
said, well, they gave me morphine in the ER.
Yeah. Well, that's what they do. They do it in the ER, but that's what they're worried about. They can monitor you in the ER. They're more worried about abuse. So that's why when they send you home, they'll only send you home with like 5 milligram hydrocodone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but right now she's still in the hospital.
Oh, she is. Yeah, but
yes, they said she's going to be in the hospital for a couple weeks.
A couple of weeks. Whoa, that's serious. Yeah.
And they're only giving her hydrocodone in the hospital.
I'm surprised by that. See, I could see that if they were sending her home, just because of how they just take it too far with the opiate stuff. Like, yes, it is like an epidemic, but if somebody is in pain and legitimately has a disease and is in pain, they need that medicine. Oh. And it depends on her weight. I don't know her weight. That there's a lot of factors too.
I just wanted to let everybody know to watch out for whatever. There's something going around. I don't think it's just a kidney disease. I think it's something more.
What do you think?
I don't know.
You don't know. You just know it's something.
Yeah, it's just not.
A mother's intuition type of thing.
Yeah, it's not normal.
Huh.
I was with her for full-blown kidney failure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she had full-blown kidney failure 2 years ago, and it wasn't.
That's scary. I've seen that firsthand. That's scary.
And it wasn't like this. And I'm calling in from Kansas.
What?
So West Virginia asked where I am.
Oh.
And
yeah, so if you're in Kansas or bordering Kansas, this is information that I would research. In fact, you know what? Everybody. Because
it could be going on everywhere.
Exactly. Because it might not just be something that's spreading like a plague would. It might be something that has been, a result of, just years of what they put in our water, our food, and then all of a sudden they turn on the 5G, just all kinds of stuff. Who knows,
Yep.
I am so sorry, Jerry.
Everybody to be aware of it. And please pray for my daughter.
Oh, I do every night. I just last night I was praying for your parents. I didn't know about this. I knew about it a couple days ago.
Prayers too, because my mom's going to the heart doctor tomorrow. No, Monday, and my dad's having surgery Tuesday. So,
Jerry, this is like a lot for one person to handle. Do you have a husband or?
No, I'm single.
Okay. Now, how many other do you have other children besides your daughter?
I've got my daughter, my other daughter.
You have a second daughter.
She's trying to help support me. Yeah.
Okay, so she's there.
Every day.
Okay. And I'm gonna be in contact as well. Okay.
Okay. And I talk to CJ every day.
Good. Yeah, CJ is awesome. Like, she does things like she doesn't just do things because she knows that somebody can see it. Like, there was one time with Marfoogle, she didn't know that I woke up because my dog kept on crying to go outside. And I ended up watching Marfoogle because I needed sleep. I ended up watching Marfoogle. And someone called in and mentioned me, Gus the Unbroken. who Gus the Unbroken, call in anytime. I love you, brother. And anyways, CJ's sitting there. Oh, subscribe to him. She's talking about me. She's talking about me in comments. I mean, CJ's great. That's when you know someone's a good person. They know they do it anyway, even if the person isn't watching or they think they aren't watching, you know? But my fear right now with you is your support system, because that's your mother, your father, and most of all your daughter. And I just want you to let you know that I know you had the Fugel fam, but that's a big family, and that's great. And I would share that with them. But you definitely have the Red Pill family as well here. Okay?
Thank you.
All right? And just, and I'm happy, I was happy to hear that you have a second daughter that you can lean on as well. I'm sure you have friends in the area.
I got family, and my brother's here, so.
There you go. See, that's what you need. And we're praying for you, and we're here for you. Now, but the thing is, we can't be right next to you, in Kansas. We all live all over the country.
I know, but y'all are here every night, so.
Yes, exactly. Every night you're going to see us. But I'm just happy to know your brother's there.
Just said she has a spare kidney.
Huh?
Phoebe just said she has a spare kidney.
Oh, my God. Phoebe is amazing. Do you know her blood type?
I don't know anything right now, but I'll keep her in touch.
Do you know your daughter's blood type?
I don't right now. I can't think.
Yeah, I know. No, I know that feeling. But if you want to put your blood type in the chat, and then Jerry, once you find out the blood type, just or remember the blood type, I should say. Just go back to this video and look at the chat and see what Phoebe's blood type is.
Thank you, Phoebe.
That is amazing. Wow. Phoebe, you are wow. See, this is why I have this channel. There are amazing people, and like the way that the news portrays things, the way that like we all have this like feeling of impending doom, and you know what? No. Especially a lot of us are God-fearing people, and even if we're not, we're good people. And someone like Phoebe, thank you for that. That was wow. That's really something else. I mean, to my understanding, the blood types have to match, but then again, science like advances every day, so maybe that's not even the case anymore. But to my understanding, the blood type. So if you're comfortable, you know what, if you don't feel comfortable putting it in chat, if you want, you could just message me, or you could get Jerry's number somehow. You guys talk.
What is Kizzy saying?
Well, I'm not in chat.
Please read the whole chat, Jerry, and not just that part.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull up the chat.
Red Pill, reread the whole chat. This is something good happening right now. Oh,
okay. So you guys see, like, I was trying to do research and just show you guys about how serious this was. This is. But yes, of course. It's just before when I had the chat up, everybody would, this is a different situation now. All right, so let's, I'm going to go back a little bit.
Okay, don't share your blood type. Phoebe's got my phone number.
Okay, Phoebe, she has your phone number?
Yeah, Phoebe has my phone number.
Okay, good.
She can get it from Drop.
Good. And Phoebe, just so you know, if you are O. What's the universe? I think it's O positive. O negative. O negative. O negative. O positive. It's universal. So that's important to know as well. Like, if somebody's O positive, like, correct me if I'm wrong if it's O negative, but I'm almost positive it's O positive. All right, so I'm gonna go through chat and start reading. And Jerry, are you doing the same, or do you want me to read some out loud to you?
What the heck is Kizzy? What? She was talking about killing herself, Jerry, and doing drugs.
All right, hold on.
Oh, BB. What?
Oh, is that why she said that? All right.
Phoebe, are you okay?
Hey, Phoebe, listen. After the show, you have my phone number. Promise me you're gonna call me after the show. Because, Phoebe, we've talked on the phone. We've laughed. You've helped me out. You are an amazing person. You are amazing. Okay? Guys, let's not let this turn into, like, okay, I know this is depressing. We all love Jerry. But and it can make us almost feel so depressed that we think negative thoughts.
No, Phoebe came in here at first talking about killing herself.
Oh, right from
Phoebe,
the beginning.
do not do that.
Listen, Phoebe, is she still in chat?
She's still in chat. She was talking about killing herself and doing heroin or some.
Well, hey,
like
Phoebe,
that.
Phoebe, as somebody who I used to do the OxyContin, like when I got out and I couldn't adjust, I got into drugs. And yes, I even experimented with heroin myself, okay? All right? So you're not alone in this, okay? Like, I had problems when I got out of the military.
She said, no, I talked about good drugs. That is not good drugs, Phoebe.
Phoebe, just no matter what, yes, just say I promise in chat, and I'm going to hold you to it. Once this stream is over, you are going to call me and we are going to talk. Because actually, believe it or not, I work with veterans at risk, and usually 90% of the time, it's
you
the
can't
fact.
give somebody no kidney with drugs in your system.
Well, yeah, it would have to be clean, but I mean, you know, it only takes 5 days to get clean. But hey, listen, Phoebe.
I agree, CJ.
Phoebe, you have to call me after this chat. You promise? Yes, say I promise in the chat, please. Please. Because you have no idea. I can help you more than you know. Like, what you're talking about, where I live, I have lost more than you know to that drug. All right? And even after losing all that, I still fucking experimented with it. Okay? All right? I still used it for like 2 months. Okay? I'll be honest. I was saving this for my testimony, but this is serious now. So, promise me that you're going to call me. All right? Because right now, Jerry needs support. Okay? And we need to give Jerry support. But you need to call me after this show. Right now, this is about Jerry. I'm not saying that it's not about you or that you're not appreciated. Like, please, like, you can be the next caller. In fact, why don't you be the next caller? And I'd like to hear you out. Did you say I promise?
Phoebe, will you call in if I hang up? Please do.
Yup. I don't want to hear yup, Phoebe. All right? Stop playing games. You need to tell me right now you promise me you'll call me. Either I'm talking about after the show.
Phoebe.
Listen. I've been trained on how to deal with drug addicts and things like that. Okay? So you're not gonna, like, just, Phoebe, stop.
Hey, hang up with me and go call Phoebe.
No. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is about you, Jerry. And Phoebe, you need to call me after this. We need to talk. Okay?
How about three-way Phoebe? Get Phoebe in here.
No. Absolutely not. She is going
This is about her right now, too. She's talking about killing herself. Come on now. Get her in here.
I hate to be insensitive, but I think this is a situation where people call out for help, and she's going to get that help when she calls me. All right, I have connections no matter where you are in the country, Phoebe.
I know.
I can help you.
Always call back. I can always call back. Please do this for me. Talk to her.
Well, she's saying she's never been a druggie, want to offer organ or two. Well, you can't offer two, Phoebe.
Go call her and then call me back.
Yeah, I agree, West Virginia. I'm not going to put her on the air in this state. I'm not going to put her on the air in this state. I'm not.
Okay.
You know, we all, like right now, so far I've had 2 nips. You know what I mean? Like, let's say one night I had 8 nips and I'm listening to someone shit. You know what I mean?
Dad, are you okay?
You know, like, you don't want to, like, you know, like.
What's wrong?
Huh? What's going on? What's going on? What is going on tonight?
Be right back.
Huh?
Be back.
Are you okay? Do you want me to take you off speakerphone?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Do you want me to take you off speakerphone for a second?
My dad just walked in here and said a prayer with me.
Oh, okay. Yes. You know what? I think we should all say a prayer right now because there's a lot going on right now. We should all say a prayer right now. And if you guys want to, like, hold on. Let me get this right.
No, I'm actually finally letting my stress out.
There you go. Yeah, that's therapeutic. That's good. Okay. All right. So here we go. I'm sorry. Okay. So I was screen sharing. Okay. Good. Where was I? Where was I? Was I here? No, here. Shit. Where was I? Where I just had that up. Oh, okay. Maybe here. I just had that up. Where was I? I mean, I'm sure all you guys just saw. I just had that up. Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you, Phoebe, for the offer. Please stay clean and don't do anything.
Well, she said that she's never been a druggie. But you know what? I think this is needed right now. Okay, so now with whatever faction of Christianity you are, I was raised Catholic, but guess what? I'm not Catholic. I don't like practice Catholicism now. I consider myself a born again Christian. That's neither here nor there. You know, the book is the book. I'm just looking for. Oh, this isn't actually. This is like, okay, that wasn't the right. Okay, I'm gonna get something for us right now.
Phoebe, why are you talking about drugs when you said that you're not on drugs and you ain't never done drugs?
Okay, if everybody could just have a moment of silence. Okay, so, dear Lord, and you guys can read along. I put it up on the screen. I'll wait for in case there's a delay. Can you see it yet, Jerry? Maybe you could like let me know.
I'm bowing my head. I ain't
Okay,
looking at
okay.
it.
So right now it should be up. Okay. Dear Lord, I pray for those who are sick, suffering, and physically uncomfortable. Our bodies can be so fragile, and when they are physically attacked, difficulties and fears arise. I pray over anyone who is ill right now and claim healing in Jesus' name. Help husbands and wives to come together and care for each other and their family members. Do not allow the irritation of sickness push people away from one another. Instead, draw them closer and draw them closer to you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you.
And I have one more. Okay, so, dear Jesus, I pray for the person reading this prayer that you would alleviate suffering today. Take the burdens, worries, pains, and fears, and instead provide your comfort, joy, peace, and endurance. Help my friend not to feel forsaken by you, but carried. Show yourself real and attentive to even the small needs we forget to ask you about. Give renewed strength, gritty hope, and overall health. Provide for each person. Do something amazing through them this week. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so this is what I mean about calling shows. You never know what direction they're gonna go in. And Jerry, this phone call has been powerful, and I think that I need to hold on. Phoebe, now despite the prayers, you still are going to call me after the show, correct? I want to see a yes, please.
I don't think she's gonna call after the show unless you call her.
I don't have her number.
Uh-oh.
Actually, no, yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do, actually. Yes, I do, because
Maybe
actually,
your daughter
no,
is
actually,
who knows?
it's, honestly, I'm telling you, everything happens for a reason.
Maybe my daughter is a what? Maybe my daughter is what? Maybe.
Well, I think everything happens for a reason, right? And
Yeah.
there's a particular person who contacted me last night. And I actually got Phoebe's number. It was just out of nowhere, but I got Phoebe's number, which is like, sounds totally crazy because there was no reason for me to have Phoebe's number at that time. And I'm not even lying.
Phoebe has called you before.
Well, no, I know, but I'm saying
Oh, okay.
somebody gave me Phoebe's number last night, and they didn't say like call her. She needs it. They just said, "Oh, here's Phoebe's number," and it like confused me. I was like, "Okay, well, I'll save it on my phone." You know what I mean? Like that's the type of conversation it was. And that
Well, maybe
person,
they knew that she
that
needed
person,
somebody.
it didn't seem like that. That person's a mod, and I'm not gonna say who it is, but I mean, to that person,
He
isn't
just
that
woke
isn't
up
that
because I was
amazing?
crying.
Yeah, yeah. Well, tell him it's good chairs, and
Okay, I'm gonna let you go so West Virginia can call you.
all right. Hey, and I always want to say, this ended up being one of the most amazing, but at the same time heart wrenching, but
You need help
just
down the stairs?
all right. I'll let you do what you gotta do.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk to my
No,
dad
no,
before he
please.
goes back to
No, do
bed.
what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I just want to let you know that this was a powerful call. And at first, I had to switch away from webcam because once your daughter, I have a daughter, I just couldn't imagine. And you have to be strong for her. And I can see that you're being strong for your father. And you're a strong woman, Jerry.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you.
All right. God bless
Love
you.
y'all. Thank you. Y'all have. We'll get on to the next caller.
Yeah, hey.
Okay.
All right, Jerry.
Just be careful all and look for the signs.
Yes. Yeah, I consider myself a watcher on the wall, but
Okay.
will you be in chat or are you
Oh yeah, I'm always in chat.
and I just didn't know if you had some things you had to do, but okay.
No. Okay, I'll see you there.
All right, Jerry.
Okay. Bye.
All right, God bless you.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh man, I didn't know this was gonna be so emotional tonight. But I think it's good. I think it's good because we all have our demons. We all have our problems. But sometimes, like, when you hear that it could be so much worse, it puts things in perspective. Oh, man. It's like you get to know people and you just, like, feel their pain. I don't even want to go to webcam. Am I on webcam? I hope not, because I just don't feel comfortable. Hold on. No, okay. All right, so I'm gonna look at chat for a second. Phone lines open. Phoebe, if you want, you can call now if you want to talk to the chat about anything. If you just want to get some, because you heard Jerry from the beginning of her phone call, and then by the end of her phone call. What a difference, right? And when she called it, she was so choked up at the beginning. By the end, it was almost like you could hear relief. All right, West Virginia. This is the Red Pill dispensary. How you doing, West Virginia?
Hello?
Yes, West Virginia. Red Pill dispensary. Yep.
Hey. Hey
Hi.
there.
How you doing?
You okay?
Yeah, it's very good to hear from you.
It's good to talk to you. Am I on speaker?
Should I take you off for 1 second?
Yeah.
What's up? Yeah. I am actually gonna walk away from the computer. Hey guys, just talk and chat. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Like, if you're so depressed, and not just that, like, you know what? Jerry knows about this, and she's gonna, like, you know what I mean? You know? And, like, Jerry knows who it is, and she's really and all this. That's why, like, the song is, and Jerry's not gonna come back, so you call me that. Like, that's fine. Of course she is. You know what I mean? So, yeah, listen, and the thing is, if this was like out of nowhere, the first time, that would be different. I'd still be skeptical, just put that emotion. But, it's like if somebody says something, that's the, so Jerry has this heart-wrenching, I was like, I mean, I don't know, I've been saying this, but she mentioned that to the daughters. I had to like take it off. Yeah. No, she'll do it, yeah. She'll do it, yeah. But just to go through it, as a parent, it's very difficult. And that's what I was trying to do too, right? Yeah, everything's changed. And I feel like Phoebe's kind of like, she's like kind of being like, this might be a bad analogy right now with what's going on. But she's yeah, at the same time, like, there's always like that 1% possibility that it could be. You know what I mean? But I just don't think so. Really. I think you took my change, but I think the bullshit, the bullshit. But the mind, and you know what, I'm gonna tell you this, he's actually is one of the, I mean, he admitted that. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I don't know. See, I can pick out a stone without noticing. You can pick out a stone without. See, I don't know enough about it. Yeah. And actually, you know what? I was curious as to how you would react, knowing that you are close to the gym. And that's the culture, So, interesting. You know what? I think that's the best way to do it. Like, you don't even have to come on there. You just put out some facts and basically it's a solution. The way it is, he doesn't have. Like, how did he find you? He doesn't know. That's when the red flag went up. That's when the red flag went up for me. I was like, if you don't have a YouTube account, how the fuck did you find it? Because I'm having trouble getting new subscribers. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And you know what? I'm actually gonna maybe have him on. And before I do, if you don't mind, I'd like to talk to you. That way I can get enough facts. Or maybe I'll hit him right now. And I'm gonna destroy him. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Alright, sounds good. Alright, so I'm going back to the computer. Alright. Yeah, I think that's best. All right, guys. So, first, let me just look at chat for 1 second, though. So, okay, Marf is on. Well, that's fine. I want to put West Virginia on. Okay, here we go.
I'll make this real quick. Jerry, honey, you're in my prayers. I love you.
Well, you know what, Marf? Let me just say, I don't want to cut you off, but Marf, I don't know. I enjoy the calls, but as far as like the news at the beginning, I can like take it or leave it. So since he does like an hour of news, if you guys want to go and watch the news, go ahead. It looks like about it was at 34, now it's at 19. So it looks like a lot of you did leave. That's fine. Go ahead, go. If you want to hear that news about NASA and moon rocks, but the calls what I like. So this is West Virginia. This is you guys all know her. She's I always get your name. It's West Virginia Prepared Mind, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So all right. So take
and
it
you
off.
can call me Kim. Okay.
All right.
First of all, Jerry, honey, you're in my prayers. If it's an abscess on one kidney, and the kidney is damaged, but the other kidney is good, she's good to go. I donated a kidney 14 years ago. The process is not just simply the blood type. You've got a daughter. If she has had a child, every time a woman has a child or even a miscarriage, a pregnancy for any period at all, we develop an antigen in our blood that stays in our blood forever. So you get on the United States is divided into regions for all organ donations, so you need to go to a major facility in more than one region to raise your chances. Like they could have 50 kidneys, in the West Virginia area down the East Coast for the region, and a match for your daughter, but you're in the Midwest, you're in a different region, you can't have one of our region's kidneys, so you have to go to different hospitals in the different donation regions to raise the level. But if there are, you have to be completely medication-free, completely drug-free. Your health has to be absolutely perfect. If you have any diagnoses at all of diabetes, MS, history of cancer, heart
Hepatitis
disease,
C.
that just knocks, a donor out. And fortunately for the woman I donated to, it's very common. Your MS will onset in your 20s and you'll go into a 20-year remission, and it's very hard to diagnose. I was in remission. We didn't know at the time I had MS when they took my kidney 14 years ago. But I've had absolutely no complications whatsoever living with just one kidney. But my biggest piece of advice is find out what the different regions for the kidney donations are, and make appointments and get in multiple regions donation lists if that comes to that. But I think everybody's kind of jumping the gun. If it's an abscess, there's lots of things that can be done about that. So, and then of course there's the power of prayer and healing, and we all believe in that, and that's a huge possibility. But I just wanted to share that information with Jerry.
Yeah, and I just pulled up on the screen about how there is hope for reversing chronic kidney disease through donations and basically everything you just said. I got it on screen, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is being from West Virginia. Of course, I'm a coal miner's daughter. My grandfather, my father's father, was killed in the coal mines, and my father was killed in the coal mines. My grandfather,
your father and
his father were both killed in the coal
so
mines.
Your father and grandfather.
Yes.
Wow.
My grandfather was killed in 1956.
Wow.
The caller before didn't mention the high risk of methane gas and black damp. Those are gases in the mines that you cannot sustain underground if the levels are high. the methane will cause explosions. The black damp just sucks the oxygen out.
Which makes
And,
total sense.
My grandfather was a foreman, and they found he was actually a hero. They found where he had dragged he was a section boss, and he had dragged 2 of his men, and he got to a certain point, and they found the one man lying dead and the drag marks, and then he dragged the other man, and they saw the drag marks on his right side, and then about 20 feet ahead of where he had laid him down, they found him. The black damp had killed him, but he gave his life trying to save a couple of his miners that were under him.
Wow.
When you go into...
You should be so proud.
I am. He was in the newspaper. He died a hero. And that's what coal miners do for each other. Coal miners are honest. They have a code for one another, just like police officers, military, that kind of thing. There's a code among coal miners. In developing a coal mine, you don't just tunnel a hole in the side of the mines. There's a plateau, a flat part. It's very regulated now, and they do water drainage tests. They do the surface tests. They do core tests to see the stability of the levels of the rock. But when they start an entry at the flat part of the mines, and after they've done the coring and they have found the seam of the coal, anything that is less than 150 feet, the seam, they do strip mining. Anything that is less than 50 feet, they do mountaintop removal. But the caller before was talking about deep mining. That is 150 feet, the seam of coal or lower. And the entry of the mine goes in 200 to 300 feet from the base level of the ground where the entry is started. West Virginia's average coal seam is 5 feet, but in southern West Virginia, we're lucky if they find a coal seam that's 3 to 4 feet. When my father was mining, they would use a continuous miner that is a buggy type, like it's like a big metal go-kart, with saw blade kind of like things on it that would cut into the seam of the mines, and the miners kind of actually reclining back because the seam of coal is so low, and the cutting mechanism for the continuous miner is so low. Now, the more popular way of cutting the coal is by long wall, and it's a big piece of equipment that goes in and will do a lateral cut. It has the blades and water running on the blades to keep the heat off the blades because our mountains are full of methane. And we had a huge...
I actually have some of that from the screen. Yeah.
And that was because the long wall, even though they were pouring the water on it, hit a pocket of methane and exploded. Now, once they get this entry started, they do cross-cutting, like in a cross shape. They don't grid out under the ground. It's a cross, and they take it... they're already 200 to 300 feet below the surface, but they take each one of the sections. They're not called sides, they're called sections, and they take those sections 200 to 300 feet in any direction, and it's usually in the shape of a cross. That's to keep the pillar in the middle, to keep the roof of the mines more stable. In addition, they use about 4 foot, and anybody that lives in a mining area, everybody's had somebody bring some roof bolts home, and roof bolts are the best thing in the world to stake your tomatoes in the garden with. But they put those roof bolts in to help stabilize the roof. And also, if you could imagine a big, huge steel table with hydraulic legs, they take those into the mines and they raise that table up to the roof of the mines where the miners are working to stabilize that roof to minimize any rock falls. Mining today is the most safe it has ever been in the history of mining. They don't have to send canaries in anymore to check for methane to see if the bird dies. The fire boss actually goes into the mines with the meter to read for methane levels prior to any of the section workers coming in. Fracking does not involve having any miners underground. Fracking is a procedure that is used to withdraw
I was
natural
wondering
gas.
that myself. I was like, that sounds very dangerous. So if there's
Fracking is
fracking
what
going
they
on, there's not going to be
use to-
miners right in
There's
that
no
same
miners
area
underground. There's no miners underground
during
for
fracking.
fracking.
Yeah.
Fracking is used only to withdraw natural gas.
Do you mind if I take? I want you to keep going, right? But I want to take this segment and add it to part one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The one that actually has the title of coal. So we'll have like one perspective and then yours. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Sure, that's fine. But I have been in the mines. When I was in junior high, my father took me into the coal mines, and I did a science project based upon mine ventilation, because there was inappropriate mine ventilation is what caused the black damp to kill my grandfather. So I actually won an Air Force award on the state science fair level, but learned a great deal about the ventilation of a coal mine. But to do that, he felt that I actually needed to be in the mines. Now, when they start the entries of the mines, I tried to upload a video to send you that my brother had made. He's a safety director, and he is involved in any mine catastrophe in southern West Virginia, and has actually gone up to the middle of West Virginia. But he posted a video. They have huge cross cuts out that are about 8 feet before they start dropping down to get into the lower depths, to start mining the seams of the coal. But when I was in the mines in the 80s, this is old mining. It's not current mining. Mining's changed so much now. My father and grandfather wouldn't even believe it. But in 1977, when I was in the mines, it is true. They have they build. Not only do they maintain the pillars of the rock where they're cutting the sections through the mines, but they would build what is called stoppings, and they would use cinder blocks and build a pillar of cinder blocks to help stabilize the roof and to separate the sections and to control what direction the ventilation of the coal mines was in. They would use, the miners call them line curtains, but they're actually very, very, very heavy canvas. And, that separates and helps direct the airflow from house-size fans, that helps with the ventilation of the coal mines. But he had me to, it was on a Saturday, so the mines wasn't working, the belt wasn't running. There was a skeleton crew that had come in to clean up a very small rock fall. Small rock falls are very common. And they had come in to do some cleanup for the weekend, and when they left, he had me to turn my light on my hard hat off, and it is a black, like you cannot even imagine black. But as far as sounds, that mountain, when you go down, 200-300 feet on a section, it's very cold underground. And with the extraction of the rock and extraction of the coal, and simply because of the folds and faults in our mountains, that's what created our mountains, is folds and faults from earthquakes and our fault lines and the ice age and that different, those different things. That mountain never stops cracking. You can always hear a pop and a crack. It is not a deadly silence like you would imagine. I've experienced it. I've heard it. It is almost frightening knowing that you're in that section that has been cut. And if you've got a mountain that's 1,000 feet above you, and you've already gone down, 200-300 feet, and you know that mountain's on top of you, but there's water. Even though they do the tests and determine that, the water, the way it flows through the rock and the mountains, if it's stable or not, to even cut that section, there's still water that finds, the path of least resistance, and there's water that'll drip through those rocks where they cut, and all you can hear is occasional little drips of water and that mountain cracking and popping. So it's not a deathly silence underground.
Wow. So that,
but it is black as pitch. You can't even see
yeah,
your
I am
hand
definitely
in front of
going to put this on the part 1 where I have the thumbnail for the mining, because I want it to be represented the best way possible, and that is by hearing different people talk about it in their own perspectives, and then I think people can make their decision as to, because there's some conflicting
information.
Yes, so I'll leave it to the viewers to decide.
Oh, and one more thing. Let's see, how was it stated in the previous caller? MSHA, that stands for MSHA, Mine Health and Safety Administration. All miners call it MSHA.
Yes.
Not MSHA. It's MSHA, Mine Health and Safety Administration.
Oh, yeah. Actually, okay, so do you think it was maybe an accent thing, or was like,
Well, no, they're not called sides, they're called sections.
So yeah, I know, yeah, I noticed that part. Yep. Yep. No, trust me, you know where I'm just trying to make a point,
And I am by no means a mining expert. I've never mined a lump of coal in my life.
Well,
but
you are an expert on so many different. It amazes me how many. You are worldly. Like, you know so much.
Yeah, I know just a little bit of enough to get me in trouble on some things.
Yeah, on many things.
Anybody that lives in a coal mining family knows that dad or grandpa or brother or whomever, they come in and during dinner, the entire conversation is what happened during that shift from start to finish. You know it all.
Yeah.
And, they teach you and talk to you. So we can all remember stories that were told by older coal miners and relay those stories, but that's what they are. They're someone else's stories.
Huh. And I can relate in a different way. Like when my father would come home and some of the stuff that he went through, and the totally other side of the spectrum as far as what he would do on a daily basis, let's say. And and
they no longer have beltmen like they did back in the day when my dad was in the mines. The belt was just free. It was a belt on rollers, and he gave me the opportunity to ride on the belt, and you basically felt like you were riding the back of a caterpillar, and we had to jump off, before we got to the end, and I didn't mind to jump on, but I was afraid to jump off, so Lovey Sard, he had to crawl, and and get off, and then yank me off, before I got to the end of the belt. But there's not a belt system now in current mining like there was up until probably early to mid 80s. So it's, depending upon with whom you speak, you can get information regarding mining that is current or old.
Yeah.
And I have old and current, information.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Right.
So nothing gets by you.
No.
Yeah.
But, with my dad and my grandfather being killed in the mines,
That's
it's
close
very
to your
important to
exactly.
me to have, an accurate picture painted. My father was killed. They were doing the entry of a coal mine and didn't have a safety canopy. It was they call it a punch mine when it's a small, deposit of coal that they found, and somebody buys the mineral rights, and it's a very small operation. It's not like, the huge mining companies. It's just a punch mine is what they call it. It's punching the hole in the mines. They're going to go get in while they get out and go to a different side of the mines. And they were trying to save money, and they didn't use a safety canopy on developing that entry. And the side of the mountain, not inside the entry, but the side of the mountain collapsed and crushed my father. But, with having both of them, our coal, we have West Virginia at its, the peak, now they've Obama pushed for all the natural gas, and so many mines have closed down, and they're putting natural gas pipelines all across the mountains now. In its heyday, West Virginia was always the second highest producing coal state in the United States, and our coal is high sulfur, and which means it burns very hot. Our coal was the number one chosen coal to heat the ovens for the steel mills. So having been raised in a coal mining state and coal mining family,
Yeah. Very interesting. That's why I'm pretty excited. It's still gonna be in this video, but of course, because otherwise live chat would make no sense. But I'm gonna kind of like, there's a way I can take this and just kind of like, after part one, I can just kind of take part one, record you, as far as like record this, your call, and then put it together, and they'll both be on part one.
Okay.
And you'll be on part two as well, though. But
I just looked at chat. I hadn't been looking at chat. Kizzy is very bright. That cracking and popping is like she nailed it. It's like listening to that mountain breathe.
Yeah.
She nailed it with that
so
comment.
it's not silence.
No.
Yeah, and there's no fracking going on when you're down there.
No, fracking is only to drill and retrieve natural gas.
Yeah, see, I know that much. I think the way he was playing was like,
but fracking,
like, let's say he's in Pennsylvania,
mining coal, and then they're not on the section next to them fracking for coal.
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, there's no such thing. Let's see. Somebody had something else I was gonna. I guess that's about it.
Yeah.
But I thank you for, I was 18 when my dad was killed in mine.
Yeah. I lost my father at a young age too, and it's tough.
But he knew. He told me. He said, your brother, make sure he never goes into mining. He won't be safe. I won't live for him to be grown. Promise me. I was 15 at the time. He said, promise me you won't let him go into mining. Well, not only is he in mining, but he is the head of the safety team for Alpha, and he's the first one on scene when there's a mining catastrophe. So he's right in the middle of the danger. So luckily we haven't had any huge
It sounds like there's
mishap
been some
since
major
QPV.
advancements.
Yeah. Oh, there's huge advancements since my dad was in mining. But
Yeah.
you know, the basic danger now is the methane gas. And the mountains are full of the methane gas, and you cannot help if you're cutting a long wall and you hit a pocket of methane gas. You know that nature put it there. There's nothing you can do about that. So
do you think there's science to detect where?
No, because you can't smell it.
I didn't know if like there was some kind of like just with technology today, it's so amazing that maybe they could like I don't know.
They send the fire boss in with a reader, you know.
That's what I was thinking, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they have the meters, not the reader, the meters that go in and measure the level of gases and oxygen and that kind of thing in the mines. The fire boss goes in before the crew for that shift. Oh, and speaking of shifts, by the way, there is a day shift, a night shift, and a hoot owl shift. There are 3 shifts in mining, not 2.
3 shifts, not 2.
Yes.
And that makes so 8-hour shifts.
Yeah. Not 2 12-hour shifts.
Okay. And that's a current thing as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we're definitely going to put the 2 calls together and let people make up their mind. And I think I know, no pun intended, but, they might, with their prepared mind may go.
Right. And, they throw rock dust down. That helps keep the methane gas down. They have better ventilation systems now. They constantly check the ventilation systems. They go in with the monitors and check. And they also, monitor for the methane throughout each shift. It doesn't just... The fire boss goes in for the shift and, that's the end of it. They measure for those methane gases throughout each of the 3 shifts, So we had a pretty big explosion and 28 miners killed a few years ago in a big branch mine.
Yep.
And the crosscut, the long wall hit a pocket of methane, and it was just, it exploded all the way almost out to the entry.
Wow. And, so it's like it's just like there's no rescue. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And my brother was the first one in on the scene, and the third body he found was his best friend.
Oh.
And he was only about 50 feet from the entry of the mines.
Oh, he almost made it out. Oh, man.
Yeah, almost made it out.
Oh.
And he was only in his 30s.
Really?
So
whoa.
It's very, very sad, but, with MSHA and all of the regulations, the regulations are such now that it's almost impossible for a new company to come in and open a coal mine because, of them doing all the tests and all the sampling of the mountain, for safety reasons. So, it's a dangerous job. My hat's off to anybody that would, go 200 feet underground and dig our coal for our power plants. It's a thankless job. They get paid well, and they deserve to get paid well.
They do. A job like that?
That coal dust, black lung, is just horrible.
I mean, what other job is there in the United States with a death rate? I mean, outside like military. What other job? I mean, even military. I mean, with a death rate per person as coal mine? None.
Right.
It's the most.
It's a dangerous job, but unfortunately, in our area with the opiate epidemic, because it's considered a treatment, and I do Suboxone therapy, so I'm not snubbing my nose at it at all. It's my livelihood, but they can't not allow someone to work that's either on methadone or Suboxone because it's considered a drug therapy treatment now. So you've got miners on a daily basis.
And they're high.
Go into the mines that are under the influence of something.
Now, Suboxone isn't too bad. Like, It's only bad if they're not used to it. See, I know about a lot about this stuff because one, I had experienced it some personally, but that was a long time ago. But then I started helping veterans get get better. And the one that's the problem is the methadone. The methadone, they're literally high every single day, like nodding out high. Suboxone, you know, as soon as their body is used to it, and if they are if they're a heroin addict, they're used to it right away. They don't get high at all. They just don't have the cravings, and that's it.
Well, and you know, the three shifts compete with one another for coal production. And right now, other than, you know, the substance abuse treatments and being under the influence, for years, even as long as I can remember my father talking about catching, you know, his crew, he was a foreman, they will take shortcuts. And so often, and you know, these guys die heroes, so they're not going to come out and talk about the human error, but a great many of our mining fatalities and mining injuries and mining disasters, beyond the fact that the mountain is full of the methane, is due to human error and shortcuts. That the guys become used to it. It's a way of life. You know, they eat in the mines, they talk in the mines. You know, that's their office, and they just become so used to and neutralized by their environment that sometimes they'll take shortcuts that they probably shouldn't take, and they know they shouldn't take. You know, so we've got a lot of, you know, human error in any aspect, but it is especially dangerous to have human error underground.
I'm sorry, that was just something just popped up. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's not a problem. Well, that's all I had to say. We can go and go.
Yeah, I think there was one. I think there was one more person that wanted to get in quick, and then I just want to get to Marf like once the calls start because honestly, like I used to get through all the time, and I still get through. Except now, after 10 minutes of waiting, I get hung up on. So I want to see what happens tonight. And after tonight, I'm going to decide how I'm going to handle. I'm not even going to say anything. But, all right. But I just want to say thank you so much. And, I mean, I don't know if you saw in chat, but you are my, like, favorite caller just because of, like, your range of knowledge. I mean, we have talked about prep. We have talked about how to grow food in unique ways. We have talked about mining. We have talked about mental health. We have talked about such a plethora of information with you. And I know there's just so much more that you have. It's just whatever the topic is, you know.
Well,
And it's
I'll only
amazing.
call in if you have a topic that I know something about.
Well, it seems like you know every topic. I don't know. It just that's how you come off. And when you do know a topic, you know it inside and out.
Yeah.
You are a very intelligent woman, and I'm just so proud to have you as a mod.
Appreciate that so much.
I really am. I'm so proud to have you as a mod.
I had you on speakerphone before my son went to sleep when the show first called, and he's 35. He didn't get to know his grandfather, but he's listened to me and my brother, you know, have mining conversations.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And very shortly
into
the show, he looked at me and he said, "So when are you calling in?"
Yeah. And when he wakes up, you can tell him, "Hey, that what you heard? Check the video out now." You know? Yeah. So,
all right, honey. Well, I love
it's something that I have no expertise in. So, you know, I have an open mind, and that's all I can do. Right?
Well, it's always good to have two opinions.
Yes, I agree.
Or two sets of knowledge, I suppose.
Yes, and then leave it to the people to decide which one.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
And that's my plan with putting you right after him on part 1.
Okay.
And then you'll still be here in part 2. So, okay, so thank you so much. And,
well, I love you. You're a sweetheart. Love the family that we have. We're all Red Pill and Foogle family, I think.
yeah,
And
it's great.
we've got a great group. Although
It
I've
is.
noticed we have a lot of people over on the Foogle side now that I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and that's
they
fine.
get a little spunky and it's like, what the heck? Where'd all of our loving people go?
Hey, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, you know, like I don't use the same techniques. You know,
Every show needs to be different.
you know what I'm saying. But certain people use techniques. You know that. You know. I mean, just Google. You know, like how to be a YouTuber, tactics to, you know, keep an audience, things like that. And
well, you know, I watch a few different channels, not many.
yeah, and I love Marfoogle. I do. I love his channel. I love it.
I like the difference in
it's just honestly,
all of the channels.
I like the calls, you know, so that's why I'm waiting. I told Jerry.
Just posted that he's getting ready to take calls.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
but the thing is, okay. All right, then. All right, so, good night. I promised one more person that they want to call in. I don't even know if they're still in chat. If they're not in chat, I'm going to end the stream, and I'm going to go over to Marfoogle, and I'm going to really, like, find out if I'm being censored, because I used to get through all the time. Now, I get through, but I sit there, it's the waiting music, and then all of a sudden I get hung up on after 10 minutes. Nobody comes and asks me anything, you know. I get the busy thing like a bunch of times, but then I'll get through. But you know,
Dex is only on Friday and Saturday, and then he wasn't on the whole show last night. I don't think.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So
that makes it a little harder.
No, but
Adam said his wife had him in a time limit timeout as to how late.
So then, who is looking at the calls? That's my point. So you know what I mean?
The phone just rings and goes off to the queue.
I hope that's the case.
After so long with
I hope that's the case. But
it hangs up. I think after 15 minutes of being in the queue.
No, that's true too. That's true too. But I don't know. You'd be surprised the information I have. But anyways, we'll see. I hope I get through tonight. Okay, because I love the guy. I just don't like if he has a problem with me. I'd be so surprised.
No, I don't think so.
I say nothing but good things.
Getting in since Dex isn't on every night. So
yeah, so Dex will be there tonight.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I promised someone I'd let them through. I think this is them right now. Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Bye-bye.
And thank you. God bless.
God bless y'all. Bye bye.
Red Pill Dispensary.
Hi.
Hello. Is this who's this?
This is Katie Painter.
Okay.
Really quick.
Yeah, because I was gonna go over to Marfoogle. So.
Yeah, this is just for Jerry. What she needs to do for her daughter is to ASAP call Johns Hopkins University.
They're the best.
Pardon me?
They're the best in that field.
They are. I went through almost the same thing with my own daughter, and they told me my daughter had 3 weeks to live.
Whoa.
So I started calling all over this nation to try to find who could help my only child.
Oh, man.
And Johns Hopkins said they could take her in 9 months. So I went ahead and made an appointment just thinking, okay, well, God will take care of her.
Yes, that's what I would do. Yeah.
Well, hung up the phone and sobbed because I then started preparing to make her funeral arrangements.
Yeah, because that seems like a long shot based on what the first doctor told you.
Right. Within 3 hours, I got a phone call back from Johns Hopkins, and they said, can you have her here within 48 hours? We had a cancellation.
Wow. What an amazing... Some people are just great people, because you know that somebody must have advocated for you, you know?
Well, we know who that somebody is, don't we?
Yes, we do. And I think he works through people, you know?
Yes. So I am encouraging Jerry, please call Johns Hopkins.
Jerry, I hope you're hearing this, Jerry.
Yes. They did not do surgery. They elected, they gave her the choice. I live in North Carolina. Johns Hopkins is in Maryland.
Yeah.
They said they would do surgery on her, but she would be there for 3 months. She had 2 small children. My daughter was 26 years old at the time.
Same age?
Yes.
Wow. I'm telling you, there's coincidences, but at the same time, there's certain coincidences that they're not just coincidences. You know what I mean?
I know.
This is like meant to be. She was supposed to hear this information. And if she's over at Marfoogle, trust me, I'll make sure that she hears this information.
Okay,
I'm trying to get the chat to see if she's here.
No, she just said I'll call in tomorrow.
Oh, okay, good.
She may have to go on a waiting list, but if she puts on the waiting list that she will accept, and I don't know whether she's in Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City, the state, but it's, it's going to be a drive either way, but what is a 15 or 20-hour drive as opposed to your
nothing.
child's life?
It's nothing.
Correct.
I used to do 15 and 20-hour drives for pennies on the dollar. You know what I mean? As far as work. Yeah.
Right. And it was tough. Now, her father and I were divorced at the time, so, and still are, but he took her there, and I stayed with the kids.
Yeah.
And so there's things that are, everything is workable. You will work it out when it comes to, down to brass tacks. That you will work out what you need to work out.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, they're a good medical university teaching hospital, and they are on the cusp of what is happening right now.
Yes.
And they will find out what's wrong with her. Now, whether she elects to stay there or not and be sent home, and then her doctors or whoever she's seeing get the records from what their findings are,
then they'll have a better idea. They'll have a better idea. Yeah.
And this is not a cut down. This is not a cut down to doctors in your local area, but they're not necessarily.
They don't have the capabilities. They don't have the capabilities.
Right. So
not as far as doctors, but as far as the technology that Johns Hopkins does, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, I just know that God will work it out. However, this is her child. I know she feels frantic. Parents are,
of course,
parents are fixers. You're a parent yourself. You are a fixer.
Yes.
So you want to fix what's hurting your child, and so I'm just saying, call Johns Hopkins. You may have to get on a waiting list, but they'll call you back. There's cancellations all the time.
Yes.
So, Jerry, I love you, and my heart goes out to you, and I pray for you. And
I just want to thank you. Thank you for making this call. This is just. I think that this is just like amazing, because this is what it's all. I am so. I am just so happy that I have this channel. Things like this just. Oh my! This is what it's about. This
It
is what
is.
it's
It
about.
really is.
You know,
That's what we're supposed to
connecting.
be here for each other.
And what are the
you know,
chances that, the same age, you've been through the same thing, and you know about John Hopkins, and now I know John Hopkins is the best in many. I didn't know that kidney and all that was one of their main specialties, but I mean, this is amazing, and I know that Jerry has a lot going on at the same time. Now, I don't know if her child has kids of her own, and that might have to be worked out. But I do know that she has parents that need looking after for too. But you know what? Like you said,
yeah,
that's what family's for. Family
it is.
somehow
It really is.
makes it happen. They help.
And just
Yeah.
know that she has people. Well, Jerry, you can hear me, honey. There's people praying for you.
Many.
And there's people praying for your baby.
We're here for you, Jerry. Wow.
It's going to be okay.
It is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get emotional.
No, I've been getting emotional this whole time, and
Oh, goodness. And by the way, your hair looks really good.
that's why I sit far from the computer.
That's why you're not showing yourself, but it looks good. I saw the first one, it looks good.
No, if you saw it close up, you'd understand.
So.
But thank you.
Anyway,
I mean, that's so like obsolete now. At the beginning of the show, like I cared about that, but now it's like there is like forces at work right now, and I know I can feel it, and it's obvious, you know. God is. This is not. I don't believe in coincidences like this.
Oh, I don't either.
You know, this is everything happens for a reason, especially when it's like so blatantly obvious. So yeah, Jerry. I mean,
I had not. I didn't tune into you at the beginning of your show. I didn't even know that you were on.
did you not get a notification?
Well, I just didn't know. I didn't. Well,
okay.
I wasn't around my phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and
yeah.
when I picked it up, the first thing I do is scroll through, and I thought, "Oh, Red Pill's on."
Yeah.
So I tuned in, and she was the caller on, and I was spellbound, and I thought, I gotta tell this woman something.
Yeah, and there was a reason that you decided at that moment. For some reason, what are the chances also of that? I didn't even know that. So, like, you tuned in at that exact moment to hear her story.
Yeah, and this is the first call-in I've ever done in my life. So, Jerry, your little girl is important to more people than just you.
Yes.
So.
And we're praying for you. And this is not.
Yeah.
There's forces at work right now.
Oh.
We all know it.
She's gonna be okay, and just know that the Lord works. He has hidden secrets, and the way He works, we are not to understand, and His ways are not our ways. We just have to, accept them when they come, and call Johns Hopkins. That's all I can say.
And He works through people.
Yes, He does.
And that's why I'm
one of the
like.
hidden secrets. That's one of the hidden secrets.
I just like the way I feel right now. It's like, He works through people. This is amazing.
Well, that's all I wanted to do, and I know everybody wants to get to Marf to see what Marf is up to, and I love you.
Yeah.
And you have a great show. I'm so excited for you, and I'm praying for you. Okay?
Thank you. And we're praying for you, Jerry.
You just hang in there and stay your humble, sweet self, okay?
I never change.
I hope not.
No.
You're loved, okay?
Thank you so much.
And
Thank
Jerry
you.
and West Virginia and CJ and Kelly.
It's such a
All the
great group.
mods.
It's such a great group.
They're all great.
There's a
They're
reason
all
I
great.
made the mods right away. It wasn't like overtime. It was like literally all of them. Literally like the first or second show, they were mods. I mean, you can just tell. There was only one person I made a mod recently. That's only because she got on board recently. But yeah.
Well, they are all awesome. They're
Yeah.
precious. So you got a good group.
I do.
They got your back.
And they really do. Yep. And
Yeah,
when I went on my hiatus, when I had a little talking to, you don't even know how many text messages and phone calls, and they didn't just try once. They just kept going, And finally I was just like, you know what? No, I'm not giving no classified intel. I'm not breaking any laws. So you know what? I'm continuing this. And I'm happy I did. And it's moments like this that I realized why.
Well, believe it or not, this is what God was explaining and describing when he, actually not, Jesus was talking about the church.
Yes.
This is the church.
We are the church.
Are the church.
We are the bride.
Exactly. So, folks, thank you all, and I appreciate you, and y'all give me more strength than you'll ever know. And so Jerry is asking for me. Listen, I'm comfortable with giving you have my number, right?
Me,
Did
yes.
it show up?
Yes.
Okay. This is actually, I'm not on my phone, I'm on my husband's phone.
Okay.
You have the area code and the first 3 digits, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to take you off speaker for 1 second?
Can you do that? Yeah.
Yes, I will. Okay, yes.
Okay, it's 828-243.
Now those are the 6 I already have, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
2698.
Okay, I got it.
I have mine on.
Actually, let me write it down just in case. I'm very good with numbers. I won't forget it, but I'm gonna write it down just in case it was so important. I'll do that. Yeah. So, yep. So I got it. Okay. All right. Yes, that's my first name. Yes. Matthew. But I mean, you guys can call me Matthew, right? If people call me Matt, either way. But I'll let you say goodbye real quick. I'm gonna put you back on speaker. Okay, so you're on speaker.
Okay. Thank you, folks, and thank you, Matt. I appreciate you. I love you, and let's all migrate over to Mars since.
All right.
I appreciate everybody. Okay.
Will do. All right.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Wow, that was amazing. I'm telling you, the Lord, and I'm talking about uppercase Lord, the Creator, works through people. And Jerry, I'm going to send you that number. I'm going to end the stream. Let me just look at chat, make sure there's nothing that I should be addressing. I don't even know where chat is anymore with everything. Wow, I'm just like blown away right now. Okay. That was, I'm like still, I can't believe this. That was something else. Okay. Oh. Cause I can like feel. Wow. Okay. Wow. Thank you, CJ. And I will, Jerry. Alright, I need to see what's so funny Kelly said. Because she's hilarious. Khaleesi, she is hilarious. But yes, thank you, Katie, and God bless. Thank you. Thank you, CJ. Oh, don't worry about patience, Katie. I think there was something else at work right there. Too many coincidences, and the fact that you're able to help her, and you know, you've been through the exact thing that she's going through with a daughter the exact age, and you happen to tune in at the exact time that she was on. It's undeniable to me. This is like, just like, honestly, it's like food for the soul. I just want to see what Kelly said that was so funny. I can't. Why won't it let me like go up? Maybe because I wasn't. What did Kelly say? You know what, Kelly? Text me what you said. I need to know. I know, powerful. But Jerry, I'm gonna text you that number right now. All right, guys. So you know what? I'm not going to make you guys make a choice. I'm gonna end the stream on that note. I don't even know what to say. That was powerful. Katie, thank you. That was powerful. I mean, you are helping Jerry so much, but I don't think you realize you're helping a lot of people. That did something to me. And, you know, there's 9 people in here right now, and it's the regulars. But when, you know, usually the views end up going up, you know, around 300-400. And a lot of people are going to see the way this show progressed. And you're going to touch so many other people as well. And on that note, I think I'm going to end this show. And wow. God works through people. And I love you guys. I really do. I love you guys. And Jerry, I'll text you that number right away. All right? Everything's going to be okay. I know it now. I know it. Everything's going to be okay, Jerry. Like coincidences like that just don't happen. Like think of everything that had to line up for that to happen. And the exact age. She tuned in at the exact time that you were calling. She has the exact information that your daughter needs. And I've always known John Hopkins as a leader in many fields. I didn't know that kidney disease is one of them, but I would not be surprised that it is, and I'm not surprised that it is. I love you guys. Khaleesi, you know about Pennsylvania. And, alright, so if you guys want to go over to Marf, that's fine. I'm going to try to call in. And now I know what I want to talk to him about. I had something totally different I wanted to talk to him about, but Now I know. Alright, guys, I'm signing off. And again, I love you guys. I really do. And, I just didn't expect this tonight. That was powerful. That was powerful. Oh, you guys can see. So, okay. Signing off. Alright. I can't see. Alright. I love you guys. I'll see you over at Mops, alright?